Like wear on your wrist type watches? Is that? Oh, oh, it was Seiko, not Sekiro. Oh, wait, I did not see. You want to link me? I'm trying to start my other stuff. This. This. Um. This. No sound detected. Oh, it's there. Hello, YouTube. Is filing on in. Sup? Hello, hello. I'm here though. All right, I'm here. Sup? What's going on, guys? Hmm. Oh, yeah, you got timed up with a bot. You're not in trouble. You want to put that in my Hot Topics channel in my Discord, the watch thing, and I'll take a look at it in a couple minutes. Um, cool. How's my day? It was good. Honestly, I've been kind of just getting a lot of stuff done this week because I have a little bit of free time. Which I feel bad because I was originally kind of planning on playing ZZZ this week. But other stuff is also coming up, so I'm just getting it all done now.
That's almost 2 years. How we doing today?
Yo, what's up, Alpha? Thing with the 14 months. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can you say happy birthday to my brother Caesar for me? He loves your stream. Yo, happy birthday, Caesar. Hope it's a good one, dude. What is ZZZ? Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero. But tomorrow, to my knowledge, we're gonna be streaming the Rivals tournament stuff with Elon because he's got a sponsor for it. I don't. I had one last weekend. So since he's gonna be streaming, I figured I'd just join him and just hang out. So it'll be a good day. We'll do that tomorrow. Probably do that the next day. Probably the next couple days, I think. So today's probably like the last like chill, no plans type of day. You know? When did the magic drops start? Well, that's tomorrow. That's what I was talking about, where we're probably gonna watch the Rivals tournament, and then you guys will have drops. Yeah. Are you done with Terraria for a little while? I don't know if I'd say I'm done with it. Like, I don't want to be done with it. I mean, we're gonna be doing this week, right? Like, this week will probably be a lot of Rival stuff because the next 4 days will be the Rival stuff. Because of the tournament, and we'll be streaming it and watching it with Emog. Although I don't know if it's 4 days. It might be 3 days, 2 or 3 days. But yeah, we'll do that, and then next week when I have more time, we could probably do more Terraria / maybe ZZZ. You know, I'm down for that. Yeah, why not? I also saw TikTok. You guys are coming in a little bit late. My TikTok was broken yesterday, but I got it fixed, so we're good.
This won't stop popping up every time I log on, so congrats on 5 years.
Thank you for 14 months. Appreciated. Yeah, I get annoyed by it too. I don't share mine that often. Am I gonna play Titanfall 2? I feel like I've been asked that so many times. It's on the list. I've got it on here. It's on here. I don't remember where I put it on here, but it's definitely on there. Just not enough time in the day. You know what I mean? Are you gonna watch the ZZ story trailers? I think I'm gonna. I think I am gonna do that. I'll probably do that next week. Because the video went out, what, yesterday or the day before? something like that. Also, I hate fucking Twitter. I tried to make a tweet last night before I went to bed, being like, all the Overwatch stuff recently is pretty cool, but I just don't think I'm gonna hard grind it anymore. Like, even though things are good, like, I'm happy for them, but I probably wouldn't go back to grinding because like people come in and ask me all the time, and people took that as like a retirement tweet, and I'm like, dude, are you fucking stupid? And then I realized it was Twitter, and I forgot.
I'm back, lol.
King thing to 38 months. So that's why if you didn't see my follow-up one earlier, where I was like, this is not a retirement tweet. And if you were sad, don't worry. I'm not gonna stop playing. If you were happy, I hope this ruined your fucking day, bitch. It's like a once a month. I would say like a week. I'd play like a week, like once every like month and a half or so. You know what I mean? No one is asking about your retirement or worrying. You can literally go look at my tweet, and there was multiple people. There was many people that were being like, "Oh my god, don't leave. Are you retiring?" And then some people were like, "Thank God you are."
Drop streams
I'm like, no.
this week. Getting that bag. Congrats on
Yo.
the 5-year partnership.
Thanks, Bun
as
Bun.
well.
Appreciate the 5 months. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna be playing with Emo or streaming it with Emong, so it'll be a good time. I think it'll be a good time. I don't know if we're gonna do the whole day. I gotta figure actually what time that'll be happening. Any tips on how to keep the vibe up when you stream with 0 viewers? You should honestly practice like just talking all the time. It's actually one of the things I'm not that good at. Is sometimes if I'm like too focused, I stop talking, and it's like boring, you should literally should pretend like you have 1,000 or 10,000. Just keep going, Like I've seen advice from every creator on the planet, and basically every creator on the planet's advice comes into like one of 5 categories. But for that one specifically, I think it's the best one you can do is just like pretty much like pretending like you're just constantly like there's people still there. Just keep going, because like even if there isn't, right? If there's a good moment, you could take that and turn it into a short or a clip or a TikTok or whatever it is. No one has to know there was no one actually there live. You know what I mean? You never know. Finally Flats is on. Thank God. YouTube hasn't recommended me anything good all day. I think the algorithm broke. I looked at my TikTok, or not my TikTok, my YouTube trending earlier, and all the videos were either Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, which by the way, I actually watched some of the new Five Nights at Freddy game, and I was like, oh, this isn't too bad, but like, it wasn't like blowing me away, but it was all right. And then I read elsewhere that apparently people hated this game is like really bad or something. It's like not good. So I was like, oh, I picked a good one to start. And then it's all Roblox, like that random garden game in Roblox, and what's the other thing? There's like one more third thing. That's just all the trending right now. Psych, thank you for 4 months. Appreciate it. Grow a garden. Yeah, it's all grow a garden shit. Grow a garden is so ass. Yo, how do you know that? Did you play it? I'm pretty sure I found a top 20 YouTube video of all time. Oh. Well, if you think it's worth watching, put it in my Hot Topics channel. I have a couple to start with. Do they make Crossplay Stadium have to wait another season? I don't know. I haven't looked at the blog yet. I could look at it. Honestly, we could look at it first. But I'm supposed to be retired, so I don't know. The mute thing, the Prime. Appreciated. That thumbnail is criminal retro? Oh, that's not a retro thumbnail. That is a literal... I didn't tell Retro what I was streaming today, so I just went live with one of the photos from the thumbnail shoot. Just completely unedited. Yeah, that's what that is. I'm fully serious, not joking on that one. Retro, are you here? I just saw you responded to me on Discord. Are you here? Hello? Paging Retro? I don't think he's here yet. I'll give him a couple minutes to see if he pops in. And then I'll read it. When are we gonna start? What do you think we're gonna start? We're literally just watching chat videos today. I'm not doing anything crazy today. I had a long day. It's been a tired day. Actually, that's not true. I slept pretty good, but it's been a long day, so I'm just gonna watch some chat vids, see what you guys have got. It's been a long time since I went through Hot Topics in the Discord, which is like where you guys submit stuff. So if you haven't seen it in here, Hot Topics channel, this is all you guys. So you guys throw shit in there, and then I scroll through it, and if it looks good, I grab it. If it doesn't look good, obviously I scroll past it. Sometimes just stuff I'm not interested in, though. But yeah. Illich, or Eltich, the 3 months. Hello, sup? You should make a Rivals retirement video and stream it the next day for juicy engagement. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Would you ever want to be edited files like those edits people do of Overwatch characters? What does that mean?
Recommendation for you to try if you want to have a chill stream too.
So?
It's called The Darkest Dungeon. A 2D Souls-like would be a banger series or stream.
Thank you for the 20 super chat. I actually have heard of that. Thank you for the 20. Yo, much love, dude. Appreciate you. I think I actually have it on my list. Or at least we've looked at it at some point. I think. I'm not sure, though. Have you considered lying to your audience for fun? No. What, should we? I'm down. Do I like tomatoes? No. Tomatoes are ass. Tomatoes are not fun. I do not like tomatoes. Tomatoes are not for me. What about Sekiro? Oh, I've got it downloaded. Or not downloaded. I've got it in my Steam library already. So, the new FNAF game has multiple endings you can unlock. People assume the first ending they get is the real one. Oh. Well, I've actually seen a good amount of the game played because I was curious if I'd actually end up liking it or not, and it was all right. But apparently, it was like this is like a lot of people's least favorite so far. You know. It's justified because a lot of TikTok shit is just some BS. Like some straight up lovers posting the same joke twice. Wait, what? I don't get it. Yo, leave another super chat on the YouTube side. Appreciate you.
The new FNAF game isn't necessarily bad. Most of the bad reviews are from fans who feel like the lore got a bit retconned.
Wait, what happened to the lore? Why is it? What's wrong with it? FNAF lore is no longer to be discussed. Is that because Matt Pat's a politician now? Is it like not allowed? Like you can't talk about the lore anymore? It's gone. Is that what happened? Hello, Aspen. Yeah, okay. So all right, thank God. We actually have an expert. All right, ready? So I actually watched like 2 or 3 hours of the new game because I was curious, right? I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about putting it on my list of things to work through. And I actually thought it was pretty good. I wasn't like super blown away with it, but I was like, I see it, right? And then I went online later, and I just see tons of people like upset with it, and they're like, this one sucks, this one's so bad. And I was like, wait, so is the other one's like a very different experience? I don't know now. But I don't think it doesn't scare me away from it or anything like that, but I was just curious, like, is this one not as good as some of the others, or is it just like some people just bitching just a bitch, you know? Matt Pat is a politician now. Have you not seen that? It's actually really funny. He's like, actually, I don't know the whole story. I think he's trying to like make a Congress thing for like creators and get like laws updated. It's cool. The fans are mad. The fans mad are diehard OG animatronic fans. But if you open your mind to different characters, it's good. Oh, no shit. Okay, so the thing that got me the most, shots thing the prime. The thing that got me the most is, okay, maybe the smallest of smallest minor spoiler. I don't think it actually is. But like the game mechanic of the main enemy being able to constantly change even after you die was so sick. I was like, wait, that's fire. So you never, because like in like a horror game or something, right? If like you fail on a part, you like, you know the jump scare's coming, but you actually don't know where it's coming from because it changes, you know? I thought that was pretty sick. I like that. Although I wouldn't say it, although maybe it was just that one. Maybe it'd be different if I played it myself, but I do not like spooky games. Like, I'm not a horror games guy. I did not get jump scared a single time. Not even once. I think it'd be very different, though, if I was playing it myself. But, you know. Regardless. Are you going to play some Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or plan on doing some adventure like game streams? I don't know. I opened my Twitter today. I apparently retired from Overwatch last night. I didn't know. So I guess I can't play that anymore. But we're going to watch the Rivals tournament tomorrow. Today is not. We're not going to do that. Oh, shit, you retired? Yeah, apparently. No, there was no retirement party. I guess we just missed it. I don't know how it happened. But yeah. Congrats on the retirement. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Do a voting poll, see what game wins. We can maybe do that in the future. I think right now the plan for next week is going to be either to finish a little more Terraria or we're going to try ZZZ for the first time. We'll see. Do you still play Marvel Rivals? I've never played Marvel Rivals once in my entire life. What's that game? Is it good? Flat's retired. Can we get 50 gifted? Real. Oh yeah. I do want to go over this really quick before we get started. But there was like one or two vids that I wanted to watch that I already grabbed from Hot Topics. I think it was this one, the Bethesda one, but it was a bit long. And then these two looked pretty good. These two look pretty good too. Hang on, have you guys put anything else in here since I last checked? There's a video about Undertale in here, and I'm still salty at Undertale, so I don't know if I'm gonna click on that one. I don't think so. YouTube is obsessed with AI. It's a good looking one, actually. Oh, it's 30 minutes long. I'll consider it. That's actually a good looking video. Dude, I think that's probably the thing that annoys me the most about YouTube is it really is super AI focused. Like streaming on YouTube. I don't know if it happens every stream anymore, but chat, if you're on the YouTube side, can you tell me every stream, does it always do the AI thing now where it's like it gives you a summary of what the stream is?
Would you give Chrono Odyssey a try when it comes out? The closed beta starts next week, I think.
What's Chrono Odyssey? What's that? Is it a hero balance patch for Rouse comes out tomorrow? Yep, Flats 2. I already reacted to it. It still does for you guys? Why are you salty about Undertale? Because my normal playthrough, just playing the game, got like copyright strike like 4 times, and then I just like straight up said, fuck it, whatever, I'll just take the L on it, whatever. And then 9 months later, they hit me with another copyright strike, just for fun. And I was like, or copyright claim. And I was like, hello? You already took everything from me. You can't take anything else. What the fuck's wrong with you? Even though in all of their terms of service and everything, it is completely legal to just do a playthrough of the game and it should be allowed. But they just like denied it. And the only way I could go forward is either challenging it with YouTube, to which if you fail, you can get an actual strike, or you legitimately like go to court. And I was like, that's not worth it for like a 20K view Undertale video. I don't care. Like, I was mostly for fun. It's for content, you know?
Idea on playing retro games from Nintendo to PS2 once a month. I do that with my younger siblings.
I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if I do that on stream, but I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if there's any games I'd really want to play. The only game that comes to mind, all right, Knowers No. There was a game on PS2 that I loved called Seek and Destroy. Yo, Bratchy, thank you for 24 months. Appreciate it, dude. It's called Seek and Destroy. I don't think there was ever a sequel or anything, but that game was my shit when I was like, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. Yeah, I love the thumbnail. The thumbnail is literally just one of the photos from my thumbnail shoot, completely unedited. Sup, Scrubbles. All right. Yo, Retro, are you in here yet? I don't know if he's in here. Oh, there he is. Hello. I was waiting for you. I wanted to go over this real quick. I saw this came out earlier, and it was about some stadium stuff, which is like the only shit that I like really know about or really care about a ton these days. But I wasn't sure if I'm allowed to watch it because apparently I retired as of my tweet last night. I didn't know, but apparently I retired from Overwatch, so that's fun to know. Anyways, let's continue. This dropped earlier today, which is this blog called The Weekly Recall. Journey to Season 17. Yeah, you're at that age? Fuck you. All right, mods, ban that guy. Hey everyone, welcome to another weekly recall with us, the Stadium Development Team. Wait, are they doing like these are weekly now? Oh god, I've probably missed a bunch of them then. We've absolutely loved all the feedback about Stadium, and we're glad you've been having fun climbing the ranks and racking up rewards. In the spirit of keeping more open communication rolling, I've had some updates about future features to share, as well as some of the exclusive peeks at Season 17's upcoming offerings. Let's get... Wait, I'm not showing the screen? Oh, sorry. My bad. I was wondering why... You know why I was confused? Because TikTok can see it. So I have the TikTok one open. It's the TikTok one is the one I had open to the side. Oh my goodness. He's been retired for too long. I'm never going to live that one down, am I? Okay. All right. God damn it. All right. I guess let me restart because I forgot to push it over because it was only for TikTok. Flashlight's TikTok more confirmed. No, it wasn't that. It's more... It was my thing was broken yesterday, so I'm making sure it looks fine today. That's all. And I forgot. Anyways, weekly recall, journey to Season 17. Hey everyone, welcome to another weekly recall with us, the Stadium Development Team. We've absolutely loved all the feedback about Stadium, and we've been glad you've been having fun climbing the ranks and racking up rewards. In the spirit of keeping more open communication rolling, we have some updates about future features to share, as well as some exclusive peeks at Season 17's upcoming offerings. Let's get moving. This probably wasn't in the original because I was in full screen. I didn't know they were doing these weekly. I probably missed a ton of them. Anyways, roadmap rerouting. If you've ever set out on a big summer road trip, questionable gas station snacks in hand, you know that construction and detours are a guaranteed part of any grand adventure. We recently updated our stadium roadmap and wanted to chat about why we've rerouted a few pathways. Whoa. Holy shit, the balls. I like it. Dude, Overwatch has been terrified for like the last year of like not like accidentally promising something if it's not like ready right away, so they just don't tell you anything that's upcoming. See them go like, yeah, we made some adjustments to the roadmap, like other stuff's coming, but we're gonna probably reshuffle it a little bit. I respect that. Okay, Unranked Stadium is now slated for the release in Season 18 instead of 17, and we know some of you are looking forward to queuing up with friends across platforms or Stadium skill tiers. Wait, so let me look at this real quick. So next season, the Stadium will have Jugkrat, Sigma, Zen, Esperanza, Push, Samoa Control, Stadium Drives. Wait, so I'm guessing the drives that like are actually happening this season aren't in drives? Tough. Stadium Forge, save and shared builds. I think that'll be huge, or like potentially could be huge. New All-Star rewards, custom games, that's big. More example builds. All right, so what's season 18? Wasn't Sojourn on here? Wait, they took Sojourn off. Farah Winston Brigg. New Route 66 and London maps. New game mode payload race. 2 new maps. Draft mode feature. All new or new all-star rewards, endorsements, and unranked crossplay plus backfill. Interesting. So it got moved to next season. I low-key think that's pretty smart. Because I don't even know how they were going to deal with the decreased queue times of just having, increased queue times of just having one game mode. I have no idea how you would deal with that. That sounds really tough. Season 18 mid-season would add Tracer, and then season 19 gets new heroes every season, new China map, stadium trials feature, consumables, active items, and more. So there, that's the juice right there. Active items and consumables in Stadium would probably make it much more impactful and much more interesting on a game-to-game basis. The problem for me, and I know it's a broken record at this point, but so season 17 starts what? Next week? So that's end of June. So season 18 is 2 months later than that. So that's what? End of August, start of September, right? 2 months. Yeah, about 2 months later, 9 weeks, give or take a little bit. So we're going to probably say begin first week of September, last week of August. And then season 19 would be what? November? Give or take a little bit, November. So that is like a really long time between the launch of Stadium and that. And so I hope that it will continue to have somewhat continued success to what it had originally, but that's a really long time into what I have a feeling is going to get stale, right? Like I played a fuck ton of Stadium. I really did enjoy it, but with the balance of it, plus just like the weird treadmill of the rank system, I could see where people kind of get tired of it. And I think on the casual side, I feel like you don't know, like people don't know when they lose sometimes because one, your build can go out of date so fast and you don't know what's strong. Granted, the custom games, not custom games, the shared builds should help with that a little bit. Although you're just going to be able to like type in like, Reinhardt meta build, right? Or whatever it ends up being, or like going online and looking that up and then copying it into your game. Regardless though, the timelines are just so far out, and I know it's not their fault, but it just feels like drip feed. You know what I mean? And it's not their fault in any way, shape, or form. It's just that's just how it is, and I get it. Let's continue. But that's exactly why we're taking extra time to launch Unranked. We want to do things right and deliver a comprehensive version that everyone can enjoy. Complete with all the bells and whistles, crossplay will be fully enabled with Unranked, so your whole squad can finally dive in together. The backfill feature we mentioned in last weekly Recall Stadium blog will also ship with Unranked, and we're working to make it even better. Instead of just heating up quick plays leftovers, we're building a backfill system unique to Stadium that will empower late arrivals to help their new teammates. You'll be given Stadium cash appropriate for that point of the match and get time to shop and set up your builds. Beyond that, we're calibrating the system to avoid throwing you in for the last few minutes of the game. Rerouting doesn't always mean delays. Sometimes it leads to a quicker trip. We previously forecasted that Stadium Trials would release in Season 18, offering quests to complete for bonus rewards. Instead, we've bumped competitive drafts up to Season 18 and moved Stadium Trials to Season 19. Though we can't share too many details yet, competitive drafts will bring a new level of strategy to the hero picking in Stadium, giving you more agency over heroes you want or do not want to play against. So this is really good. I guess like it's kind of like League of Legends in that aspect. But the key here is as more characters get added, you don't get like pigeonholed into like, you know, a flyer comp and you have no hit scan. You know, like let's say you're running like, I don't know, May Junkrat and they have like Pharah Echo. Like, oh man, you're in for a fucking treat. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's smart for that. Hero release orders have also been shifted. Pharah will be joining the Stadium roster in Season 18, yep, alongside Winston and Brig to offer new gameplay style to Stadium. Sojourn needs a bit more tuning, so she'll now be added in Season 19, and we may use a future weekly recall to share exactly what the process of bringing Sojourn to Stadium looks like. I can't wait for Sojourn to be able to railgun one-shot everybody standing in a line. You'll also notice a speedy new addition on the updated roadmap. Tracer will zip into the lineup with a Season 18 mid-season patch. Your feedback that she should be part of Stadium crew as soon as possible was heard loud and clear. Season 17 tidbits. One of your most requested features is the ability to create Stadium games, either to perfect your builds or run lobbies with your friends. We're happy to say that custom games will be added in Season 17. So, if somebody on the Overwatch marketing team is listening, this would be a great time for you to potentially plan either for this season or for next season with the additions of draft lobby or whatever. You should consider potentially running a couple tournaments, creator tournaments outside of the Overwatch bubble, maybe. Make them or inside or mix up both. That way you can kind of introduce people back to the game a little bit, but also show them a different way of playing it. I think that, at least from what I saw when there was people outside of the niche playing it, they thought Overwatch was fun, but there wasn't really a reason for them to play it, right? Like, I'm just going to tell you how it is. Overwatch does not pull the viewership that other games do. And also it has a bit of a tarnished reputation outside of the scene. And the more I've explored outside of it, the stronger I believe that is really hard to break. That being said, could be a good opportunity to get people into it and give them just a fun time and show a more goofy, interesting side to the game. So yeah, I'd think about that. You know, I'd probably start cooking on that soon, whether it's this season or next season. With custom games being available, some type of little tournament, maybe like a little draft system. Maybe they just like copy paste the XQC tournament from Rivals. Hey, just throwing it out there for you. Not only can you set up custom parameters within lobbies, but you can choose which game modes to run. Custom games will gain more functionality in Season 18, like the option to add bots and play with the unranked rule set. And there's even more. 2 maps, Esperanza and Samoa, got stadium makeovers and will be added to the map rotation in their respective modes. The team put in extensive work to improve the aim down sights, ADS functions on heroes like Ashe, Ana, and Freya. Expect a smoother transition from third-person perspective to scopes that will have you sniping supports in no time. Competitive drives will be headed to Stadium in the latter half of Season 17. We can't share much yet, but some fancy name card bling is guaranteed. Small note on this, I hope the competitive drives are not all at the end of the season. I think they should do one maybe like a week into the season and one with like a week left in the season. Do one for Stadium early or do one for the base game mode early and then do the other one in the back half. I don't think they should do both at the same time. If they do both at the same time, it just kind of seems like a weird overlap. And I also think that people are more motivated to play during the beginning of the season. And I think end of season games are typically pretty ass. And so combine that with everyone wanting to care more, it just makes people stressed out. So build bonuses. Most of our discussions around Stadium Forge have been around your ability to create and share builds. You'll be able to add creative names, long descriptions, and categorize items by early, late, and flex categories. But a lesser known feature of Stadium Forge is the ability to easily steal build ideas from other players. Oh. If a player on the enemy team is dominating the lobby, you'll have the option to save their build to assess or use it to exact revenge later. Each build will be accessible with a 5-character core, just like the workshop codes, so they're easy to share and easy to swipe. As a token of thanks for joining us on this Roadmaps adventure, we've asked some of our developers to share personal Stadium Forge codes that you can use to test the import feature. Your mileage may vary as far as guaranteed Stadium domination is concerned, but we can at least promote them. They're fun. There you go. Thank you for supporting and enjoying Stadium. See you in the Coliseum. So, hey, looks good. Looks good. Flats, you are retiring? Apparently. Hello, Boger. Apparently I was retiring. Yeah, I don't know. It was fake me, Flats. Wait, are you talking about from the Rivals video, British Tree? That was a fake British Tree? I knew it. Someone actually said in chat that might have been a fake. So that's interesting. But yeah, there you go. Honestly, I think this season like doesn't look bad. Like it looks okay, but there's nothing that's like super blown me away about this season. I mean, I'll definitely play for at least a little. I think this is probably the most exciting part, being able to share builds, and it seems next season's going to be the big one with draft mode. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. Cool. All right, Retro, have fun. Have fun with that. Okay. Let's just go into some vids from you guys. Okay. So let me see. Locked in Seal, like 5 months. Goodbye, Overwatch Flats. You will be missed. Okay. You know, I'm starting to believe. Okay, unmute alerts. I feel like you guys are starting to think I really did retire, even though I didn't retire. Oh no. And did Boger tweet at me something? That's so funny. Okay. Wait. Oh my god. SK oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh well. Anyways. How's retirement been, man? I hate all of you. All right, what do you guys want to watch first? Do you guys want to watch the Bethesda Never Understood Fallout video first? Do you guys want to watch the I won't connect my dishwasher to your stupid cloud video? Or we want to watch the living on minimum wage honest response video? Type 1 for this one, type 2 for this one, type 3 for this one. And I will take a general vibe check of chat. 2 seems to be in the early lead. Also, if you're wondering where I'm grabbing these videos, it's from the Hot Topics channel on my Discord. So if you want cool shit to be watched, put it in there. If you don't put it in there, then I will never watch it, of course. Okay. 2 seems to be the winner. 3 seems to be the runner-up as a scary potential too real video. All right, let's do this one. Okay. I thought this one looked super... Hello? I thought this one looked super interesting because, you know, I think personally, every time I go to like a store and they have appliances, you know, and you walk by the appliances, you see like coffee machines and it's like connect your coffee machine to the internet, and it's like, why the actual fuck would I need to connect my coffee machine to the internet? And so I'm guessing this video is about a dishwasher that you connect to the internet, and that's got to be one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, and I need to know more. Let's go.
This weekend, I had to buy a new dishwasher because our old GE died. I bought a Bosch 500 series because that's what Consumer Reports recommended, and more importantly, I could find one in stock. After my dad and I got it installed...
So, right off the bat, aren't most of the Consumer Reports like that, like, paid for? Like, they're just bought? Because, maybe I'm wrong, okay? A little correction if needed. But isn't, like, the JD Power and Associates award for cars like a paid award? Like, they pay for that? Like, I'm like pretty fucking sure that they pay to get that like that award every year. Am I crazy? I don't know. I'm like pretty sure they do. So, I don't know why. I don't really trust those things for shit.
I went to run a rinse cycle only to find that, along with features like delayed
You are right
start
and crazy.
mode, require an app. Not only that, to use the app, you have to connect your dishwasher to Wi-Fi, set up a cloud account in something called Home Connect, and then, and only then, can you start using all the features on the dishwasher. So getting back first to that old GE dishwasher, it was, I don't know, I think that planned obsolescence.
Consumer Reports is independently verified, but companies can pay them to review their products.
Is something that applies to many pieces of technology today, where a company knows, you know,
okay,
if we design this to last 5 or 10 years, that means in 5 or 10 years, someone's going to have to buy a whole new one. And on this one, it was starting to have weird power issues, like the controls would just not light up. I would go downstairs, turn off the breaker, turn it back on, and they'd light up, and I was happy. But that started happening more often, and then on Saturday, it just wouldn't come back.
Dude, I hate products that are like that.
All the power connections inside, I went underneath it and everything, reconnected it all to make sure it had completely reset.
And everything is becoming that.
So it was dead. Like, can I get a control board? It would be a week or two.
I also have
and it would cost $200. The whole dishwasher cost $500. So, you know, $200 plus probably 4 to 6 hours taking apart the whole dishwasher and not knowing that that was the problem or not. And even with that, the front panel had a couple rusty spots on it that where the hinges were. So I know the hinges inside were rusting and getting rust out onto the front of it. So because I couldn't get the power back on.
So like, how do you even, unless you're like super well like informed on that type of stuff, like how do you even know what the right shit is to buy at this point, right? Like, I'm gonna ask you a question, Chad. Your dishwasher dies tomorrow. What dishwasher do you go buy? I don't know. Also, Joe Mama, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate it, dude. The YouTube guy I subbed a while ago. Yo, thanks, dude. I appreciate you. A cheap one? Okay, listen. I'm not disagreeing at all, right? I'm not disagreeing. But there is a school of thought to consider that you don't always just get the cheapest one of something because it won't last as long and you'll spend more money over time, right? So like kind of the same reasoning why like people that are like sort of well off that go shop at like Costco, right? And they buy like the big bulk of like paper towels. But if you're kind of not, if you don't have much money, you're going to like CVS and buying like a single one, right? And so over time you spend way more money on those single ones than you would on the big bulk one, you know? But the big bulk one costs $50. The small one only costs $3. So you have $3. You don't have $50, right? So, yeah, just something
Saturday
to consider.
Night, I was like, you know, we have a family with 5 kids in it. We cannot just not have a dishwasher. We can't just sit there and spend an hour and a half, my wife and I. It's great to do it once, but it's not fun to wash all your dishes for an hour and a half every single night of the year. Not to mention how much water that uses.
Wait, you say spend an hour and a half doing dishes every night? Hang on, did I hear that right?
Wash all your dishes for an hour and a half every single night of the year.
Brother, how many fucking dishes do you have to be washing them for an hour and a half every... They have kids? Are the kids, like, taking every single dish out of the cupboard? The entire... Is it all of it? Is it every dish in the entire house for an hour and a half?
Not to mention how much water that uses. So
is there 50 kids?
And
is it an entire elementary school birthday party?
Really hard to do it during the middle of the week. So I did some research and I found, you know, Bosch seemed to have the best bet for under $1,000. That was kind of the ceiling of our budget. But
I don't even. This is gonna sound fucking horrible. I don't even know how much a dishwasher costs. Like I have an idea. I mean, I have an idea, even better idea looking at this. But like, I never thought there would be one that would be $350. That seems too low. But like $2,000 seems kind of high.
Consumer Reports said that these Bosch units, especially the Signature or whatever,
it seems a little excessive.
The 500 series unit was basically the best. Everybody loved it.
Hey, you know what? People, hey, listen. Can I be real with you for a half second? People always tell you, right? Especially the boomers. They tell you to like buy a house, right, and get land. First off, that's fucking impossible. But like, if you can, right, they're always like, don't rent, buy. And that it is technically not wrong. It is good to put your your money into a house because like you're building equity on it. But like, also, do you know how nice it is to rent and like you don't have to deal with any of this shit? Like if something breaks and you don't have a bad landlord, or you have a good landlord, like you just call them and then they have to send someone to fix it and then they have to pay for it as long as you didn't like destructively break it. Like if the fridge gives out, the dishwasher gives out, the sink's clogged, the fucking shower needs caulking, fucking the hot water's not running well, right? Like you do any of these things, like you don't have to do fucking shit, right? Like you're just like, yeah, you handle it, right? What is this mythical good landlord? That is a good point. That's a good point. I've been mostly pretty lucky with my place. I wouldn't say good because they've given me a lot of headaches. But like we also have like a like a mutually assured destruction act going where like they have fucked me like 6 or 7 times or now, and I could have done shit. I could have taken them to court for some things, and I chose not to in return for them being like nicer about things and like being helpful on certain things. So if I ever have a problem, like they show up and fix it pretty much instantly. So like that might be a little bit of a different situation. I'm losing my voice. Oh my God. But yeah,
it was great. And I remembered 5 or 10 years ago, whenever I had bought the last one, I saw Bosch was great, but it was like $300 more, so I didn't buy that one. And I was like, okay.
Doesn't Mass have good renter laws? It has the best in the country, and it's not close. Like, if you are a tenant in Massachusetts, like, you are so fucking protected, it's not even funny. Like realistically, I'm not saying do this, right? But like, I know of people that have had like neighbors who like they have a disagreement with their like the landlord of the building, and they withhold rent to like get the problem solved, and it gets so bogged down in court and they can't do anything about it, where like they just sit there, they stay there for like 2 years and they can't do shit about it, right? There is nothing. Like it is so fucking locked up tight. It is a 100%, like the state is on the renter side.
Spend a little
pretty
bit
much
more,
the whole
get a
way
better
through.
Dishwasher. It'll be a great experience. And the installation was actually great. Like it was a lot easier to install the Bosch than it was that the GE. It has kind of a plastic base.
Granted, that can cause some other issues, but that's not what we're talking about.
It slides better on the floor. It has a lot of nice features to the install that make it easier to route things. The one weird thing was whoever like tightened the feet on the bottom must have had like an impact driver or something, because they were like embedded. I was turning the little thing to put the foot down, and it slipped out. The little gear clutch thing on it slipped out, so I had to go back and like wiggle it and use it. I had to go buy another tool. This was only a three hardware store run installation, which is pretty good for me. But I had to buy a tool to get it to like break out of its place so that I could lower the foot down to level it. But anyway, the install was fine, and we turned it on. My dad and I turned it on, and I immediately hated the new touch sensor stuff on it. Like,
this fucking drives me insane. Listen, I bought last year or 2 years ago now something I've always wanted to buy. Right, I bought my truck, 2023 TRX. It is zoom fast. It is so fucking fun. But everything is a fucking touch screen. It pisses me the fuck off. It is so bad. And it's a fucking American electronics. They are fucking laggy as shit. I gotta reset the thing like once every 2 months because like for some fucking reason it'll just start like disconnecting and reconnecting, and it pisses me the fuck off. I don't want to deal with any of it. I want to have buttons and knobs, and I want to be able to click things. I want to be able to go boop. This phone, I have not wanted to well, actually, that's not even this one, to be fair. I guess kind of this one. Chat, doesn't the new iPhone only have like one button now? But my previous iPhone, I held off my previous iPhone trading it in or getting a new one for so long because I loved the home button. I didn't want to give up the home button at all. And I feel like everything is fucking touchscreen, and it's so ass.
You only had buttons. You press them in, they click, and you know that you pressed a button. The touch sensor, you kind of touch it, and the firmware, this new dishwasher actually takes time to boot up. I had to reset it like 3 times, and my wife, meanwhile, was like laughing at me, like, look at this guy who does tech stuff, and he can't even figure out.
Dude, that's the most. Dude, look at this. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. It's a dishwasher, and then over here it says Wi-Fi. Why the fuck do I need Wi-Fi for my goddamn dishwasher?
Change the cycle on it. That took about 5
What if my
minutes,
dishwasher gets a virus?
Eventually, I pulled out this book because I was like, this is confusing. Like, it should be.
Does my dishwasher need a software update?
Mode, but that was not how it was working. So that's when I found we wanted to run just a rinse cycle to make sure the water.
Are they going to charge me
pump out through the sump?
A monthly fee
would be working,
to continue to use the soap function?
I could not find a way to do a rinse cycle on the control panel. So I looked in this book and found this page. This page shows that the rinse cycle has an asterisk.
What if your dishwasher gets hacked? What if somebody hacks your dishwasher and they fucking beep, open the door, and then the trays where the thing goes, and fucking pulls it out, and then the fucking turn the water and just starts fucking splashing your entire goddamn kitchen? What is this?
Asterisk, if you look down at the bottom, says available through home.
The bigger concern is the hacker going from your dishwasher to other devices. Okay, you're true, but it's not as fun. That's not as funny.
And depending on your model. So the model that I have is not the premium model with a screen on it. So a lot of the settings, like delayed start, the rinse cycle, the machine cleaning cycle, half load cycle where it just does a very short.
People
cycle.
half load their dishwashers,
which takes a little longer, but it actually slows down kind of a lot of things to use less energy.
Yo, fill that bitch to the brim if we're gonna fucking run it.
Things are
get your money's worth.
App. And I was like, okay, well, I'll look up this app and see if I can just like download the app and use it over Bluetooth or locally or whatever. No, to use the app, you have to connect your dishwasher to your Wi-Fi, which lets the dishwasher reach out on the internet to this Home Connect service. You have to set up an account on Home Connect, and then you set up the app on your phone, and then you can control your dishwasher through the internet to run a rinse cycle. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes 0 sense why you would want to default to this. An app, I can get it, okay? Simplify your control panel, save a little cost on building that thing. You don't have to have physical buttons and stuff. Apps can be nice. It would especially be nice if I could see like, oh, there's a notification logo.
Okay, wait a minute. I have a revolutionary idea. What if instead of having to connect the dishwasher to the internet then connects to the server connects to the opposite side of the world to where this hub is to get the information, relay the information back to your router, to your internet, and then back to the Wi-Fi, through the Wi-Fi to the dishwasher. What if instead of all of that, we just put a button
that my dishwasher is finished, or I can check on how many minutes are remaining without having to go look at the dishwasher? That's kind of cool. I mean, that's fine. Give me an app for that. But let me do it locally.
It would never work. Yeah, I agree.
Just have it local on my network. I don't ever want to create an account for a dishwasher. I want to put dishes in the dishwasher, clean them, and then take them out. I don't want to have a cloud.
What if the button breaks?
For that. That seems.
Yeah, true. The internet would never break.
So, what can I do? Well, first of all, I could just not use those features.
Hang on. Dystopian idea. What happens if the dishwasher company goes out of business? Yo, 2 gay frogs in 3 months. I appreciate it. And they don't have the money to run the server for the software to connect to, and it goes out of business. Does that mean your dishwasher just stops working?
That's kind of annoying because I bought it with the assumption
I think he just might be fucked.
That I could run the rinse cycle without having to have an app and Wi-Fi. That seems like a dumb
No
thing
clean dishes.
Another option is I could just connect it to my Wi-Fi.
I'm trying to doom scroll. Why are you here? Why are you here? No, where do you think you're going? Why are you here? No, you showed up on our party. God, I love fucking with TikTok chat. It's so funny.
For a dishwasher, like it's a dishwasher. It's not like I can understand for a video doorbell. you might have a cloud service where the video doorbell gets footage. You might be on vacation somewhere. Somebody rings the doorbell. You want to see that, is it somebody dropping off a package so you can call your neighbor and have him pick it up? Or is it like a robber or whatever? I get that, okay? Video doorbell, maybe I can understand having it on Wi-Fi so that it can connect to a cloud service.
You know what I learned? You can record messages. You can do like a leave a voicemail for a doorbell. Like you can press like some doorbell camera things. You have a button and you press it and you go like, and it will go like, "Hello, I am not home right now. Please leave a message here. Thanks. Beep." And it will like start a recording for like whoever's at the door.
Dishwasher.
Yours is set up to do that? If someone shows up at my door, I don't care what you're there for. Leave. Go home.
Control my dishwasher.
I don't want to talk to you. Get the fuck home. Get the fuck out.
Vacation or something. I don't need internet.
I'll call you. You don't call me.
Another option is somebody has reverse engineered this protocol, and they made a thing called HCPY, Home Connect Python. It's a Python library. Here's the problem. I already spent
like
4 hours getting this thing installed into my kitchen, and we just want to run different rinse cycles and wash cycles and things. I don't want to spend another 4 to 6 hours setting up an integration with something just so that I can like set up my own app or my own little web interface for this thing. I don't want to have to maintain.
Okay, realistically, what is the advantage of this? Is it like you get a notification to your phone that your dishwasher is full or that cycle is over?
That I don't want to have to take the security of that on.
Like there had to have been like in the boardroom, right? Like everybody's sitting in the boardroom talking about, is this a good idea? They're like, okay, what is the things we can do, right? Data collection. Okay, true. That's the evil answer. I'm talking like when they sell it to people,
I might.
What kind of data are you collecting though, right? Are you collecting how often people wash their dishes data? I guess that is valuable data to some people.
But here's why I think this is so dumb. Here's why I don't think we should let vendors get away with this stuff. First, it lets your product designers get lazy. So a feature like a little display, a little 7-segment display that can show like two letters and a number of minutes remaining or something like that. How much does that cost? How hard is it to integrate that into every model, even the cheap ones? A lot of cheap ones actually have those things, but not the Bosches. The Bosches, you have to pay a lot of money to get that little display in the middle. So, don't be lazy. Just give us a couple extra buttons. Give us a little display. Don't make me pay $200 for a 30-cent little 7-segment display. Second, this might be a little bit conspiracy theory or whatever, but it feels like it's part of planned obsolescence. Just like with the GE, a lot of parts are designed to like rust out after 5 or 10 years. If you have a cloud app, that means there's a cloud service that has to be running that costs money to maintain. And if there's no subscription...
The washing machine in my building has been here since I first moved in like 5 years ago. And it's holding on for dear life. The fucking thing barely goddamn works. That's the one thing I hate more than anything from moving my old apartment to this one. For those who don't know, I had to move out of my old apartment that a lot of you knew because it flooded 4 times in 4 years. And so I was forced to move to this one. And this one doesn't have in-unit laundry. My old one used to have in-unit laundry. So I got to use this goddamn godforsaken fucking shared one in my building. And it's so hot ass. It is like the most useless fucking thing on the planet. It barely fucking works. And it's like $250 a cycle.
Fee right now, that means one of two things. One, they could be selling our data already. I didn't look at the full terms of service or anything, so I don't know if they already are. But that's one possibility. The other one is, at some point, they'll either close the service because it's a cost center that they...
Oh, yeah, you have to pay. I have a little card. Hang on. Do I have my wallet? My wallet's in my kitchen.
And
I have a little card in my wallet, and I gotta drive down. I guess I could walk too, but like I just do it when I go out. It's on the opposite side of the entire like apartment complex of like the like 20 apartments that are all connected, like buildings that are all connected. And then you got to go into this fucking little tiny hallway, and you go in and you fucking put the card in the machine, and then like you put your credit card in, you put in how much money you want to put on the card. And you go like beep boop beep boop. I want to put $40 on the card. Beep boop beep. And then it puts it onto the card, and then you got to take the card back to the washing machine, and then you boop and you put it into the washing machine, and then it takes $250 off of it, and then you go to the dryer and go boop, and then it takes $250 off the dryer. Yeah. And then if you lose the card, you got to pay for a new card. It's like $5 for a piece of plastic.
Cost maintenance once you have 1 million users.
How much do I pay in rent? I'm on a short lease at the moment. because I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. So they're charging me a bit extra. Mine is $27.80 right now for a 2-bedroom.
Using this thing. Or 2, they're going to charge a subscription. And all of a sudden, if you want to use rinse mode, it's going to be $5 a month forever. That's insane. That's stupid. That's so dumb. And 3rd, it's a security
Yes, $2,780. Yes.
hole in your local network. Like,
so that is with a $100 surcharge because of the short-term lease. So it would be $2,680 without it. Do I pay utilities? I pay electricity. I do not pay water, and I do not pay gas. So, I pay internet, obviously. I'm trying to think if there's anything else at the top of my head. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Insurance. I forget. Phone? Well, I mean, I don't have like a home phone. It's like a telephone or like a cell phone. Trash. No, I don't pay trash. We have like a section down the other fucking goddamn Narnia, which it's like a 7-minute walk, but I just throw it in the back of my truck and drive it down because I'm lazy.
Okay, Bosch might be a little bit better than some like no-name light bulb company making IoT light bulbs on Amazon or something, but only a little bit. I don't trust an appliance maker more than I trust like even Google or Apple or something. Like, I don't want to have Bosch having full.
I mean, I wouldn't know if I would trust Google or Apple unless you absolutely had to. Anyways,
would be able to talk.
I mean, you kind of have to. Like, we kind of all have to. I mean, to be fair, all of our internet's, all of our data's fucking gone.
How to do that? Like, that's just something that shouldn't have to happen. This is a dishwasher. I don't know.
True.
A lot of people said, okay, return it. It's like,
you know, this reminds me of the guy in TikTok chat like a week ago who said that he was watching my stream on his smart fridge.
I spent 4 hours installing this thing.
That actually seems kind of fun, though.
I hooked it up to the water. It's running.
Being able to put like videos on your fridge while you're like cooking in the kitchen.
I'll give them that. It does the normal stuff, but you know, there are some features.
Chat,
that don't
is
work
anybody
without
watching the stream right now on a fridge? Type 1 if you're watching the stream on a fridge.
I think what Bosch should do is make it so that the dishwasher can be accessed locally with no requirement for a cloud account. Anyone building an IoT device, first local, then cloud. Cloud should be an add-on. It should be a convenience for people who don't know how to do things like connect to their dishwasher with an app locally. And it's not that hard. A little ESP32, a little $1.
You know what I actually especially don't want to be a wireless is things like an air fryer. Because I saw someone say I'm watching on my smart air fryer. Thanks for the idea. Yoink. Smart toaster. I don't want any of those connected to the internet. Dude, imagine someone hacks your fucking air fryer and just turns that bitch on like 500 degrees in the middle of the night and it just fucking cooks itself and catches on fire. Oh, hell no. How the fuck no.
Could do all this stuff.
Absolutely, or just malfunctions.
No requirement at all. I think that there might be some quants or some people.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Fuck it. Dude, I'm gonna tell you. I unplug all my shit after I'm done using it. Toaster, after I'm done, I unplug that shit. Microwave, I'm done with that shit. I unplug that shit. The only thing, yeah, I do it every time. Don't give a fuck. Don't care. Actually, to be fair, I had to stop doing the microwave on this apartment because it would make me reset up the entire thing over and over. So actually, that's not true anymore. The microwave I had to stop. But like air fryer, blenders, toaster, all of it. I unplug that immediately. Why unplug it though? Just don't care. I ain't dealing with it. Nope. I ain't doing it.
People who want to make a lot of money building all these cloud services. I don't think that it's people who are consumer first and consumer focused. Because if they were...
Oh yeah, you're American, you don't have switches? Fuck you mean we don't have switches? Bitch, my switch is right here. Where's yours?
Or they would give us control first and then give them the ability to have.
So wait, hang on. What do you mean? Like it's like an outlet? Because like I obviously have an outlet. Like that lamp back there. Like there's a switch on the wall, right? Like if I hit the switch, it's gonna turn off, right?
Have additional features. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm just I'm so angry at this dishwasher. It was
I
so
would be
sad
too.
because the install was actually quite nice, and then to be let down by the first time using it.
I'd be even madder that you spent, or I spent $1,300 on a washing or a dishwasher that I had to connect to the internet and spend 6 hours setting it up. That I think that would piss me off the most, right? Like if it was like a cheap one and it's like, ah, fuck it, didn't spend much money, but I saved a lot by, you know, doing whatever. But yeah, holy shit. Dude, I hate how technology is kind of advancing, because technology was supposed to be the thing that made everything better, and I feel like it kind of makes things worse. Okay, good video though. Good video. All right. Okay. This is 30 minutes long. I don't know if I watched this today. This is still like a bit of a flashbang. Let me go see if you guys submitted anything in Hot Topics. The history of slipping on banana peels. That's certainly something. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Someone put an entire game theory, the FNAF Ultimate Timeline combined. Whoa. Some of these are like hours long, guys. You guys know that, right? Making the world's purest cookie. Dude, this looks gas, but it's 30 minutes long. Do I want to watch a 30-minute video about a cookie? Dude, I haven't even had lunch. Yo, thank you for the big $20 super chat by the way on the YouTube side. I appreciate you. Did you watch Star Wars The Old Republic trailer cinematic? I think you'd love it. I don't disagree. I appreciate the big super chat. That Star Wars stuff on stream, especially with YouTube stream, it scares me because DMCA won't be coming for my ass. So I gotta be a little bit careful. Appreciate you though. Appreciate you. All right, fuck it. I don't, whatever. Making the world's purest cookie. Dude, I feel like I'm too hungry for this. Oh well, let's go.
This video has been sponsored by Brilliant.
W sponsor. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead though.
Should at least be less than $30,000.
Wait.
For the total laboratory. Interesting. It was a pay a while ago.
Oh, it was only
this video
just.
has been sponsored by Brilliant.
Oh.
A while ago, I got an email, and someone had sent me something very interesting. It was a paper that covered all of the chemicals and reagents needed for the total laboratory synthesis of the chocolate chip cookie.
What the fuck does that even mean?
And the moment that I saw this, I felt that I had to do it. Just the idea of synthesizing a cookie, I thought was really funny. But what I think is even more interesting is the fact that if I use pure lab chemicals.
I watched this pure cookie video. As someone who cooks/bakes, my brain was leaking out of my ears. I don't mean to brag. Like, I don't mean to flex on y'all or anything like that. But like, last week, I made some pasta with like a Alfredo-ish sauce. Good.
Chemicals to make them. In theory, I should get some pure lab cookies. And that had, I don't know, are those better? I feel like those have to be better than regular cookies. They have to be. They're pure. The only problem.
True, true. If you are on TikTok, you should come over to the Twitch side or the YouTube side. Actually get to see the entire screen. Good shout on that. Good, true.
Is that they cost $30,000.
Wait, what? I missed like 2 seconds. What's $30,000?
And regular. And that had, I don't know, are those better? I feel like those have to be better than regular cookies. They have to be. They're pure. The only problem is that they cost $30,000. Which is slightly.
Yo, W, whoever that guy is definitely farming the fuck out of billionaires. You know how like billionaires always want to have some shit that's like unobtainable to everybody else, right? Like imagine being able to tell them that this is the peak of cookie. Like there's no other place you could ever get this cookie, and then tell them it's $30,000. They'll be like, I'll take 12. Brother just made like multiple salaries in one sale.
More than I'm willing to pay for a batch of cookies. However, I figured that if I just scaled everything down, it might be...
Wait. Coconut oil, 1,000 milligrams. Wait, is coconut oil that expensive? What? I feel like coconut oil is not that expensive. Vanillin. Vanillin? Whole egg powder? Egg powder. Sucrose molecular biology. Okay. Wheat flour. Sodium chloride molecular biology. There's a lot of biology going on in here. Baking chocolate. Oh, it's probably a big batch. Yeah, I guess that probably does make a lot of sense, actually. What's the big one? The wheat flour costs the most, though. Huh.
Possible. I don't need an entire batch of 25 to 30 cookies. All I need is just one pure cookie, which should at least be less.
Oh, that's the whole thing. Oh, that's the bulk one.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be making, as far as I know, the world's purest cookie. And I already have all the ingredients.
I kind of want to try the world's purest cookie.
The first one we have.
I don't think I could justify it, though, for a video.
Sodium chloride, pure table salt, vanillin. That's to make the vanilla extract.
Why don't we just buy vanilla extract,
sodium bicarbonate, which is...
Oh, I guess because it's not as pure.
Sucrose.
Sugar.
Well, it's not just regular sugar. Proteomics grade sugar.
What does that mean?
It means it's really pure.
Asking the real questions, actually.
Next one, coconut oil.
Oh.
Which we'll be using instead of butter, because apparently pure butter doesn't exist. And the last one,
what?
My favorite, water.
Wait, how can pure butter not exist? Is it because... Wait. Is it...
Ultra pure.
It's because it's made from milk. There's no lab grade butter. So wait, what's the difference between lab grade and normal grade? It's just like is it like that? Just that on the molecular level? Like how is that?
Water. Part of me thinks this is the most expensive water I've ever bought.
It's molecularly
I don't remember
pure.
What it cost, but I think it's gonna hurt me if I remember.
Oh.
These were not the bulk of the cost. The other ones are in this fridge. These were the difficult ones to get. The first one is just wheat flour. The next one is whole egg powder. I just realized now it says not for human consumption right on the package. Intended for laboratory use only.
Oh my.
Either way, the last one, this is just baking chocolate. Also not for human consumption.
Oh no.
But you know, that's about it.
Wait, what about
the
those?
forbidden cookie?
Oh no.
I told you! I told you!
We don't worry about those.
You all laughed at me! You all said I was on one today!
I've been waiting so long to open these up because it costs a lot of money. These alone were over 1,000 each, so...
Chat, I'm gonna go on a limb. I feel like the pure cookie's gonna taste like ass.
Unboxings I've done in a long time. We'll
Yo,
start
stay in
with
Steven
the
thing 11
baking
months.
chocolate.
Yo, I don't know why I'm thinking this in the moment. Yo, you know what fucking blows? Crumble cookie.
Tear this
Sorry.
thing open. Very curious. Okay.
Oh, can we move the camera up? Oh yeah, I forgot I was over here because I was watching
that's
stuff the other day.
Whoa.
There's no way we're gonna use this much.
Wait, is that the
Just
chocolate?
one, it's all dark chocolate, I guess. Like all baking dark chocolate.
I'm gonna ruin your guys' day real quick. Dark chocolate is ass. I'm sorry. Yo, they the super chat, by the way. Dark chocolate is fucking dog shit. If you like dark chocolate, unironically, like you're like, I want this over everything else. I don't trust you. I hate you. You smell like shit. You smell like poo. and I bet your mom was disappointed. That's it. That's all I got. Right? I'm sorry. That's just the truth. All right? You want the king of chocolates? Milk chocolate right here. Milk chocolate right here. Okay? What are the other versions? I forget. There's like white chocolate. It's like hang on, milk chocolate, and then there's white chocolate, dark chocolate. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? Is it just those three, right? White, milk, dark. Okay, so let me do this for you. Ready? So here's milk chocolate, right? Here's milk chocolate. Here's white chocolate. Here's dark chocolate on the floor. Fuck that. Dark chocolate sucks. If I go to your house and you we're celebrating Easter or something and you hand me a dark chocolate Easter egg candy, I'm throwing it at you. Yo, Sith Lord Drew, thank you 5 gifts. Appreciate you. Thank you. Much love, dude. Appreciate you.
Okay.
You have the taste buds of a child.
Chocolate looks nice.
Next
You're a
one.
child.
Whole egg powder. So you get a...
You know what? I'm going to take it one step further. I haven't had it in like 10 years, but Dunkin' Donuts used to have this absolutely nuclear concoction called hot chocolate, and it was fire. Yes, it might have gave chemical aftertaste like 4 hours later, but it was fucking fire in the moments. Sorry.
Bunch of pouches. Got all these whole egg powders.
It's kind of cool. It comes in like these anti-static bags. That's it. So we got our egg. And the last one is wheat flour.
Oh, that's nice.
This is the heart and soul of the cookie. So all of these are standard reference materials, and these aren't just like needlessly super expensive. They are actually certified to be pure, so that when you do any food production, you have something to compare what you're doing to something that's pure, to know how dirty your stuff is. So these have been
Did you just say that our cookies are dirty?
I guess have no bacteria, no weird contaminants. They are as pure as you can possibly get these ingredients.
I have an amazing marketing idea for you right now. I don't want to talk about it on stream for you, but I know a subset of people that would pay out the ass for this.
Aren't things that are on the shelf already supposed to be like pretty pure?
I'm pretty sure like average things that you can buy, like chocolate and stuff, they're literally allowed to have like bug parts in them. Like and other random junk.
Oh man.
Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't read that. I don't like being reminded of that.
In the original paper, but I'm not sure where they.
I don't like being reminded of that.
I mean, as far as I know, they could have just made it up. So instead, I had my grandmother put together a recipe. I had her put together one that specifically would replace butter with coconut oil.
I know it's for the video.
It works.
I know it's for the video. I understand. So like, I'm not gonna say anything to it. But you know what's the worst? You have that like friend or cousin or family member who's just like a little too health conscious, and they try to make every food really healthy, and they you go to their house for like a thing like a barbecue. And they're like, "Oh, would you like some cookies?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And you take a bite, and as you're biting down, they're like, "Yeah, I substituted the butter and the chocolate for fucking rainbows and sunshine," and you're just like, it's fucking horrendous. And it's like, how the fuck did you make such a terrible cookie and you can't spit it out? Yeah.
So it's just called grandma recipe. All scale.
My mom used to make these super healthy cookies with fucking chickpeas. You know what that reminds me of? I would do this. Okay. This reminds me of this weird ass fucking story. When I was in college, my friends was seeing this girl who was in a sorority. So we stayed over one night, me and a bunch of my friends. And there was this one girl who I was talking to who, like, her whole personality, I'm not joking, was about never being able to get drunk. And so I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But like, she was dead fucking serious, and I didn't believe her at first, but I was like, whatever. At some point though, because like I can handle my shit, it was like around like 12, 13, 14 shots in, I was like, okay, this is getting a little risky. So what I did is I positioned myself in front of the sink, but I was like, the sink was behind me. And so what I ended up doing over time was I actually was only taking one of every third. Because what I would do is I would go, and I got caught by one of my friends doing it, and he looked at me, and I was like, say a fucking word, right? I would be doing that with your mom's cookies.
To the 50 grams
Just
of
saying.
flour. The first step is to preheat the oven.
I won't lie, though. I gotta give her credit. It was actually fucking crazy. I think I saw that girl take like 22 shots, and she was still speaking perfect English, and I was like, I don't know if it was like a biology thing or what, but that girl fucking scared me.
We're just gonna skip that.
And then one of my friends fell from. It was in a house in Boston. If you know how the houses are in Boston, they're very tall and long. It was a triple decker, and the stairs were just a straight line. And my friend fell at the top of the stairs going to the bathroom, and just fucking legs first torpedoed the whole way down from the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st floor, and double foot slide through the bottom of the wall at the bottom of the stairs. Just punched through a fucking giant hole, and we had to go home after.
So add coconut oil and both sugars to a stand mixer with a paddle attachment.
Wait, what?
Okay, we don't have any of that.
Oh, through the wall. Like, okay, it didn't like leave the house, right? It went through the drywall, so it was like, you know, like the hole was like this deep, right? It wasn't that big, and then like it was like a box, you know? Did he walk away? Oh yeah, he walked away. He was fine. The wall got fucked up. He was fine though.
And a glass rod. Oh, we also have this. I bought these specifically to make it. This is standard labs cookie synthesis equipment. We're gonna need.
I have a feeling this is gonna be ass, but it might be fire. Who knows?
The only problem is it's
yo
kind of
Azteca, but taking 17 months before I have alerts turned off. Unlucky.
Coconut oil melted. Now we can actually measure it out, and to do that,
Oh,
I
good.
got this. A dedicated scale.
Yo, theory thing of the 5. There's a medical issue that makes you drunk when you eat
Hasn't ever
food.
experienced nasty
Never heard of
chemicals
that.
before.
Wait, where
What?
are your gloves?
You're right.
Oh, true. Got to keep it
That's why we
pure.
bought this entire lab coat just for this. Can't believe I almost contaminated this cookie with me.
True. Ugh.
Boom.
Chad, do you guys like
Next
coconuts? Like,
ingredient
unironically?
Our proteomics grade sucrose.
I'm not a big coconut guy.
Look at how crystalline it is. Wow. Oh my god.
I know a lot of people like coconut, like whether it's like the coconut shavings or
All right, now
coconut
we got
milk
sugar
or whatever.
everywhere.
I'm not a coconut guy.
Now we gotta combine these two ingredients.
Like if I lived on an island, I'd be cooked. You live in Singapore, you have to like coconuts? Wait, does Singapore have a lot of coconuts? I didn't know that.
Stir it. Okay, I think that's good.
Okay, we just trust the process, I guess.
Oil carbohydrate mixture.
By the way, the
It'll
drunk
hang
thing is a
out.
rare mutation. Some people don't have the receptor, I believe.
I want to do
It
the
makes it
flour,
so they don't get
baking
drunk,
soda, and
just have a
salt next.
euphoric feeling. Wait, that's fire.
Oh yeah. So we got the sodium bicarbonate there.
Also, Chad, if you're wondering where we get this video from, it's from you guys. There's a video or a channel on my Discord called Hot Topics. So if you have cool videos you want me to watch, throw them in there.
Make sure it's all in there. Now the sodium bicarbonate.
You know, it's kind of cool that baking is just like all chemistry, but I can't bake for absolute shit. Anyone who's seen the baking video with me and Emong knows the truth.
That's
Which,
mixed
by the
enough,
way,
right?
That's good.
there is going to be a part 2 of that at some point when Emong's house is built. We will do another baking stream.
And now
He just
for the difficult part.
might not have a house after. We might burn it
The
down.
vanillin. Normally you just get vanilla extract, but instead this is just some white crystals. How do I turn this into
What?
vanilla extract? How much vanillin is in vanilla extract? I think
What do you?
I think there are some YouTube videos where people extract it from vanilla extract. We can watch those, and then we can do the calculations to figure out how much there should. Okay, I got it.
Warning. Ethyl acetate is highly volatile and extremely flammable. The experiment should be performed in a fume hood or in a well-ventilated area.
So I just had to make it up.
I just need another beaker, and I'm gonna need to add.
This is so off the rails.
3 grams of vanillin.
Okay.
Oh, it smells so nice. Now,
I feel like at least 0.3 grams is on the rim.
Of liquid. I put the label on the wrong side, but it's food grade.
Wait, hang on. Dumbass question. Really dumbass question. Ready? So, like, let's say you're making like a dressing, right? And you know how like some dressings call for like mayonnaise, right? Like, let's say it's like a quarter cup of mayonnaise, and you put the mayonnaise in the quarter cup, and then you throw it in the bowl. So much shit gets stuck to the cup, right? Does it account for that? Or are you supposed to really scoop that shit the fuck out?
And all. I really hope it dissolves.
Isn't that like a lot?
This is the purest vanilla extract anyone has ever had.
Use oils or vinegars and it slides out easy as scoop. But like, what if it wasn't a oil or vinegar? What if it's like something that's a little more sticky, like a ketchup or a mustard or like a mayo?
You see that?
See?
It's all fully dissolved.
Or are you like supposed to put a little extra?
I think.
I don't see any crystals.
Now.
Wait, hang on. I'm not a baker, but isn't vanilla extract only supposed to be used like a little bit? Like it's a tiny ass fucking small amount? That's a lot of water.
For arguably what's even more difficult.
Liquid, I guess.
The egg. We now need about 1/3 of a large egg. And, you know, when we get it as just.
This is vanillin?
Of egg
I guess
powder,
that's fair.
I'm assuming that this is one entire egg. That's okay. I think I have an idea. I got this. Oh yeah, looks exactly like I thought it would.
Chat, how does one convert an egg into powder? Do you like break it up with the shell?
Super accurate.
Do you like put it inside of
I think that's about right. I don't think
a press?
This part doesn't. This is not an exact science.
You dehydrate? Well, how do you dehydrate it?
Okay, so we got about.
Do you like crack the egg then dehydrate it?
Mils of egg, and now we need to add 10 milliliters of ultra pure water. Opening up this pure water. Now we go lower in the pipette.
Wait, dumb question. Is pure water just distilled water?
Exactly 10 mils.
No.
We're reconstituting the egg.
Can I make a confession? So back in like 2021, I had this arc of sometimes buying really fucking stupid shit as long as it was under $10, just because if I was curious on what it did. And one of the things I bought was pure oxygen, and it was this little canister that where it was like you would literally like it had like a face thing on it, and you could like put it up to your fucking mouth, and it would like you press like a trigger, and it would give you like pure oxygen. It was like kind of fire, and I always wondered what it would do. So I tried it, and it didn't do anything, right? Yeah, because like apparently, yeah, like athletes sometimes have that, right? Where like if you see sometimes on the sidelines after someone's like hard gassed, you'll see them wearing like an oxygen mask, right? And so I was like, I wonder what that would be like, right? So, I went out and it was really hot on like a little walk / jog at the time. And I was not doing too hot. And so when I got back, I was like, I'm going to try this. And I did it. I was like, and it didn't do anything. I was like, okay, this is fucking stupid. It was probably one of the worst purchases I've ever made. But I thought it'd be funny.
I'm not exactly sure
Quantum Link Tier 1.
why the egg came as dry. Look at that.
Who was my favorite Pokemon? I'll let you take a guess.
A normal egg?
No, it looks thicker than a normal egg. It just doesn't look as slimy as a regular egg, you know?
This is
Did they just rehydrate an egg?
The weirdest egg I've ever encountered. Okay. I think that's good. The egg is ready.
All right, let's get
This is gonna be disgusting.
Actually baking now.
I feel like they're not gonna. There's no way they're gonna be able to eat this, right?
2.76 mils of our vanillin solution into that. Just mix it around.
Oh, that's how they did it.
I think that's
okay,
good.
they weren't gonna actually use the whole thing full of the vanillin. Jesus Christ, thank God.
That looks like a totally normal egg.
Yo, Quantum, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate you. Chavi gives submissions. Thank you. Thank you, Quantum. Much love, dude. Fresh tier 1 and 5 gifted. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so that's good. And now, really important part.
It looks like a forbidden custard.
Flour.
You're just gonna add a little bit at a time, then mix it? Or is it all of it? Yeah, it's probably just a little bit at a time, then mix it. A little bit at a time,
right?
mix it,
What
right?
I think is it supposed to get?
I mean, it's supposed to get like cookie dough consistency, so pretty thick.
I'm just fearful that it's gonna get too thick, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna add the rest.
All the thickness.
There's some left over. That's probably like $5 worth of flour. Okay, that's everything.
True. I feel like
Does that look good?
that's actually not that bad, like consistency-wise. It's better than what I thought it would look like.
It actually looks good. But I'm definitely gonna have to do this by hand, otherwise it's gonna be the most unmixed cookie ever.
Oh. I don't know about
This
this
looks
one,
really
chat.
good. I actually don't
I think
know
it
what
might be
cookie dough looks
cooked.
like, but this looks good.
The sugar like doesn't stay together. It keeps breaking apart. You can see it.
That's how you mix it, right?
Oh, where's the chocolate? Good point. Wait,
So
where's
what
the
we do
chalky?
now is get the chocolate chips.
Oh yeah.
That is the last ingredient. So I'm gonna have to break it up. I'm gonna have to make my own chocolate chips. Shouldn't be too hard, right?
We can just make like little shape. I guess that works. Chat, one of my most liked tweets on Twitter of all time that is not like Rivals or Overwatch related is me asking people how if I was like on my cooking arc, and so I was like, yo, it's normal to like flatten out your chicken, right? And people were like, yeah. And I was like, is it normal to use a hammer? And people were like, what? And so I posted a video of the literal hammer I was using to flatten the chicken. And people were like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
We're good.
Show us? See if I can find it. Oh, my fucking Twitter's on fire today. Everyone thinks I'm retiring. Everyone thinks I'm retiring from Overwatch. Love to see it. Oh, there's my apartment flooded. How much further back was it? So, oh, actually, it wasn't a video. That's not that one. So you know how you use a meat mallet for chicken to flatten it out, right? Theoretically, a hammer should work the same way. Asking for a friend said, at least the hammer, if that counts for something. And this is the hammer I was using. And so people got like, why? They were like, what do you mean? So... Oh, I forgot about that. Is that Russ? No, it was buffalo sauce. And everyone was mad I was going to use a hammer, so I decided to use my fist instead. Okay. Platts was losing his mind in 2023. Y'all weren't there, man. I really was. I was Dude, that was Overwatch 2 on its massive decline. Game was fucking falling apart at the seams, and like, I felt like I was screaming from the rooftops. Nothing was happening. People were getting mad. They were mad at guys screaming on rooftop because building's on fire, and it just, oh man,
We have our choco chips.
it was fucking ass.
Now, just gotta add them.
I told you not to email her. I didn't.
That's good. That's plenty.
I did not email your wife.
That's like half chocolate. Okay, now, just gotta sprinkle some of this chocolate.
Chat, am I
You gotta put.
Chat, am I just too hungry, or is that actually look fire? The chocolate, not the thing in the middle, but the chocolate actually looks
Just add a
fire.
bunch, yeah.
Why does it look
When
good?
there's big chunks.
Are you picking which chocolate chip sizes you want to add?
It's because
to it?
dark chocolate is good, you dingus. Incorrect.
I feel like in this cookie,
I just meant the outward appearance.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you just.
You're hungry? Oh,
That's right.
What do you think?
Looks delicious.
Does it look like it's little sparse?
I don't lie to him.
chips?
Yeah.
You know what it makes me think of? Have you seen the guy on TikTok who's like the chef who like watches people make
That looks-
food, and it's like
really
disgusting,
good.
and he just flames them the entire
It's like
time?
taking up the chocolate color as well.
I feel like that right now.
Whoa, look at that. This is a preview of the cookie to come.
It's so wet.
Okay.
Oh, it's so wet.
And now, we gotta preheat our oven. It's a vacuum oven, but you should be able to make cookies in it. I don't see why not.
How do you shape a cookie? Like, what is the science? Like, how much
You take the cookie, you put it together, you roll it until it become ball, and then you place it.
is going to spread out?
Cool. Pretty. Quite a lot.
You think so?
Oh yeah, a piece of dough this size.
Chad, that's one thing I know how to do. It's make cookies.
I want to make it
Yes, it might be
perfect.
from the pre-made
this?
cookie thing.
Looks great.
That's not the point.
I am really tempted to just like
No.
taste it.
Man, I haven't had like home baked cookies in like years. I gotta change
I
that.
will wait. We're literally like minutes away from the final cookie. There's no point. Okay.
All right, chat. Everybody guess. Type 1 if you think this is gonna actually turn out to be a legit looking cookie. Type 2 if you think it's gonna come out an abhorrent mess. I have a feeling the cookie's gonna look okay, but it's gonna be odd.
So how long we put in here? Like 10 minutes or something?
Yep.
It's tough to mess up cookies.
What is?
It's just because it's vacuum sealed. So then when you shut it, the extra air gets pushed out.
Oh.
Vacuum
Wait, okay,
sealed
look,
cookie
actually.
oven.
It looks like it's doing something.
Uh-oh.
It's looking pretty good. It's turning into a cookie.
It's puffing up.
Yeah. It's turning into a cookie. It's working. It's looking so cookie-like. I still have no idea what it tastes like, but at least it looks like it's...
Yo, this shit's gonna be dry as fuck.
It's been 12 minutes. It looks good.
You just
Oh my
like it's
god, it's gonna be the
cracking on the
driest
inside.
cookie
That's
to
not good.
ever
We gotta get it out of
exist.
there.
That's normal. That's normal.
No, it's cracking. We gotta get it out of there. More cracks are forming. We gotta get it out of there. It's cracking up in
Very
there.
delicate process. If you take it out too early, it could fall apart.
It's cracking up. We gotta get it out of there. It's cracking to pieces. That doesn't smell like a cookie.
What does it smell like?
It smells like nothing. That doesn't smell like anything was done.
Uh-oh. I feel like that's a scarier sign.
Okay.
It doesn't...
cookie, right?
See, it doesn't look
I know what that
bad per se. It just looks odd. Like something looks wrong with it. It looks really dry.
is in the middle.
I don't think it's cooked enough.
But it's all
Sterilized
cracked on the edges.
cookie.
That's okay.
It's cracked in
Oh yeah, it looks like a prop. It looks like if I had to make a cookie for a movie set where they didn't want a real cookie, this is what I would have
middle,
made.
too.
That's normal. That's normal. Like you'll experience cracks in a cookie. It won't be perfect all the time. Okay, that's good. It's good.
Think so? It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
a little doughy in the middle. That looks cooked.
No, it's good. It's good. Let it sit.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't
Naturally,
know.
as the cookie sits,
Oh, it's still gonna cook.
it's still gonna cook. Yeah. But if you leave it in for too long,
Then
I
it
don't
just.
think.
then it will burn the
Won't that only really work if it's still sitting on like the hot pan?
outside.
Should I stab this in or
No.
no?
It has
Why would you
some
do that?
marbling on it. Holy shit, you're fucking right. It does.
I don't know. I don't know how to make cookies.
His friend sounds like a bad
Probably not
influence. Yeah, because there's no way the cameraman's gonna eat this. It's
I'm in the middle.
chat. If you know your friend is the guy who's gonna have to eat it, right? And you know you're not gonna have to eat it, you're gonna hype him up. You're gonna be like, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, take a bite. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You know.
Should we put it back in?
You're not gonna suffer. You get to watch them
This is
suffer.
really honestly it's a judgment call.
I'm not a baker. I panic.
Oh, use a
You know,
fork.
put
Wait,
it-
that's
put it
actually
back
a
into
fire
your,
idea.
Like minute. I say do it. I say we do it. Not. It can't be in there for too long though.
Okay, we're just randomly putting it back in.
Wait, isn't
Yeah,
the
I
oven
guess
gonna
it
have to
can't be worse than
reheat
it
back
already
up
is.
though?
I mean, as good as it already is.
There's no way it's gonna still be the same heat.
I swear to God, if it starts cracking again, I'm gonna panic.
Because you're right. The cracking could spread, and then it could just literally just crumble.
The
is not
cracking
good.
could spread.
Are there any cracks forming?
If it is sugar on top, it's remelting. Doesn't look like more cracks are forming. That really does disturb me though. The cracks.
Why is it cracking? Is that means it's like the flour or something?
Could be a variety of reasons.
Because now it looks like it's puffing
what?
in the middle, which means that it's probably cooking more.
It is puffing up more in the middle. I do see that.
I do see like what looks like little blooms of something. Is that just sugar that came out?
You know what my grandma used to have? Next to her oven used to have like this like weird circular straw hay thing, and it was like a bajillion pieces of like straw all put together. And every time you baked something, you were supposed to take one off and then stick it in it. And when you pulled it out, if there was stuff stuck to it, it still wasn't cooked. But if it came out and it was like clean, then
I really think that's sugar.
it was good. I guess kind of like a toothpick.
Hopefully I didn't burn the hell out of it. Ooh. That looks better. I think that looks immediately
Yeah, I
better.
guess it
doesn't
looks
look raw
better.
in the middle.
You're right.
I'm now significantly more confident. I'm significantly more confident.
Probably better to go more cooked than
Fucking the middle's
undercooked with
popping
something
down,
like this,
too.
right?
It looks really chewy.
Yeah, that feels way more cooked now.
It
looks good.
It looks like it's gonna.
looks good.
It looks like you need a gallon of milk to drink it with that or eat with that.
No, it looks great.
I guess we just have to wait for it to cool down, and then we can see how it tastes.
When are we gonna see the Flats cooking stream? I don't think you want to see that.
It seems pretty good.
This is it.
Wait, do you think not milk enjoyers actually don't drink milk when they eat chocolate chip cookies? Like, how sad is that life gotta be? That if you're one of those people who go, ew, you drink milk, ew. If you don't drink milk with cookies, like what do you drink? Water? Fucking orange juice? Man, dude, that's tough. I will shit my pants, I'm sorry. Listen. Hand to God. I hope to fucking Jesus. I don't pray for many things in life, but I will pray on this to never become lactose intolerant because I would be fucked. That being said, if I ever became lactose intolerant, I don't give a fuck. I would still eat the cheese. I would still drink the milk. I would just shit my fucking brains out. It would be worth the trade. All right? I'm taking that every day of the damn week. I understand if you don't want to, though. But what I meant by it is there's a lot of people out there that if you drink milk, they go, ew, you drink milk? Ew. Imagine not drinking a glass of cold milk with some chocolate chip cookies. Like, you're just not living life, man. You just haven't lived life.
Okay, I don't think it's super stable. It's oily. I think that's good. Oh.
Cold milk? There's no way you just question marked cold milk. Holy shit, that thing is...
This looks like what, a 7 on 10 cookie?
Yeah.
Just by
Okay,
presentation.
we're
I
now we're
think 7
lying
on
for
10 is fair.
content. That's
Mostly
like
because
a 2. Maybe a 3.
Crust on the top.
No, it's like a
Smell
2.
It's 0 on 10. But consistency, the fact that it stayed together.
Yeah, it's actually holding.
That's 10 on 10 so far. I think the only thing we can do now is taste it, right?
Yep.
I think I just need to bite this thing.
I'm so curious.
Scared.
Do it.
I would do it. I'd do it.
I don't want to swallow it.
No.
Okay, so
I wonder if he didn't want to swallow it though, because like it literally said on multiple packages, not for human consumption. I can't blame you at that point.
it's not good.
Really?
No.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Does that mean the $30,000 cookie also sucks balls? Yo, imagine paying $30,000 for a cookie and it's literally tastes like hot garbage.
Damn.
Who could have known? I think I have to. So the reason I spat it out isn't because I think it's actually dangerous. Well, actually, I kind of wonder if it is dangerous. At the end of the day, it is a bunch of chemicals. Like, I don't actually want to eat this.
Oh.
I'm gonna try it again.
Wait, what if the middle
I
is
need a
better?
second opinion.
Like,
The
break it
first one,
open.
I was a little bit nervous. I need a second opinion to see.
Nah, you gotta go in the middle. That looks like the same spot.
Well, what is it? What is it? What's wrong with it?
It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's just the blandest thing I've ever had. There's nothing good about it. It's not sweet. It doesn't taste like coconut. I don't even know how that's possible. It's like there's no vanilla in there.
Chocolate?
I don't taste any chocolate.
How's that possible?
It's the blandest thing I've ever tasted. The texture was like grains, just grainy. You can see it looks grainy.
Yeah, it does look grainy. It looks dry as fuck.
Looks like a normal cookie to me.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, come here.
Cameraman
Looks like a
lying
normal cookie
again.
to you? Does it smell like a normal cookie?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I think it's is it the vacuum oven? I feel like the vacuum oven probably made it worse. British cookie. Nah, this cookie doesn't look that bad. Come on now.
You
Great
want to
line.
try a piece?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll cut
sure.
you off. I'll cut you off a little sliver. Do it.
Okay. So, I immediately hate the taste. Oh, man.
Wait, you got to rate it on 10 when it's still in your mouth and the taste is
Oh.
fresh.
So yeah, on 10, man, I'm giving that like a 3 on 10.
3, okay.
It's really bad.
That's better than I thought.
Really? This doesn't taste like it has any soul in it. It also tastes like wood a bit.
It does look like wood.
So, what's the conclusion? What lesson can we learn from this?
Just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's good.
I mean, the obvious one is don't spend thousands of dollars on a cookie, especially if you're making the cookie with chemicals and lab supplies. That's a good one.
What if all it was missing, chat, was love?
I think
Maybe
that
the secret ingredient
my
was love.
interpretation of purity was naive. This
Or
whole
sugar.
time,
More
I
sugar,
didn't
probably.
realize that purity was here, in this circle, and that flavor and smell were out here. Purity didn't have anything to do with flavor or smell or texture. Purity is its own thing, and if you want to achieve
That's a good
true
one.
purity, you must sacrifice everything that makes it worth it. And you know what? I think this was a success.
Yeah, I mean, it came together.
I learned a
for
lot
sure.
from this video. A lot of stuff that I probably should have already known. And I hope that maybe you learned something too.
I did. I learned not to spend $30,000 on a cookie.
But if you didn't, well, it's a perfect time to introduce the sponsor of this video, Brilliant.org.
All right. W sponsor. All right, that was a really good video though. That was actually fire. Not that we were gonna, I think, spend $30,000 on a cookie, but it did remind me that someday we do have a plan to do the baking or the cooking stream when Emong's house is built, but you know, maybe at some point another one might be kind of funny because I think we're gonna get fucked up. So, anyways, cool. Good video. All right, let me go look at hot topics again, see if there's anything else in here. Let me see. Someone put best egg substitute for cookies. Because someone in chat mentioned chickpea cookies. It's 11 minutes long. W. I'm putting that on there. Is what the pure eggs rabbit hole can jump you down? Yeah, this one's a bit longer than we're gonna watch one of these. Chat, if you're wondering where I'm grabbing these from, I have a channel on my Discord called Hot Topics. It is free to post in. There's no sub requirements or anything like that. You see cool videos, stupid videos, whatever, throw them in there, and that's how I grab them. Okay. You have to literally scroll down the part that says Hot Topics. You gotta scroll. It's in there. I just showed it. Appreciate it. Okay. Best egg substitute for cookies. Tested popular options side by side. Wait, this is such a small channel video. Oh my god. It's only got 300 views. Wait. Hang on. All right, now I'm super interested.
Eggs play an important role in most sugar cookie recipes. They help bind the dough, add moisture, and contribute to the texture. But if you need to bake without eggs, finding the right substitute.
No, don't tell my wife thing of a gift.
In this video, I've tested 8 common egg alternatives using the exact same sugar cookie recipe. Everything
is... No, that's yogurt, right? I was gonna say, is that cottage cheese? If that's cottage cheese, I was gonna crash the fuck out. You know what's the worst? All right. I don't talk about this very often, because I don't like to. It attracts very weird people. Unfortunately, I've lost a good amount of weight in the last year, like somewhere around like 120, something like that. And so part of that sometimes is like, you know, I watch shit for ideas, and a lot of that is sometimes like TikTok stuff. And I don't know what the fuck it is with these goddamn TikTok creators and like the fitness influencer people, but like they want to put goddamn cottage cheese in fucking everything, and that shit is fucking disgusting. And I love cheese. Dude, I literally went to the store yesterday and I bought like 4 fucking different types of cheese just because I was like, I haven't tried these before. I snacked on one of them on the way fucking home. But cottage cheese is where I draw the goddamn line. And I swear, every time I look up any fucking cool recipe, it's like, high protein Alfredo pasta that you can make here for 15 minutes or less. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in, right? And I open it up and they're like, step 1, take a thing of cottage cheese and put it in a blender. I'm like, fuck you. I'm out. I don't want your cottage cheese. Fuck it.
Everything else stayed the same.
Luckily it's not, but yeah.
Just the egg was swapped out. We'll look at how each substitute works, how to use it in a standard recipe, and how it affects the dough and final cookies. Whether you're baking for allergies, dietary needs, or just experimenting,
what is that? Is it like pineapple juice?
Should give you a clear idea of what to expect.
Can you use banana? I guess you can. Is that applesauce? What are these? Hang on. Let's guess. Yogurt, banana, applesauce, pineapple juice, flour. That's chickpea? This is chickpea? Oh, no, this is chickpea? No, this is chickpea? Oh. Wait, what the fuck is this? It looks like tofu. What the fuck is this? Tofu? What's this up top left? No, that doesn't look like cream cheese. It's too crumbly.
Expect.
Maybe it is actually.
Eggs might seem like a simple ingredient, but they do a lot of heavy lifting in sugar cookies. First, they add
it's sugar
moisture to the
cookies.
dough.
Oh, dude, sugar cookies are fire. I like sugar cookies. They're not my favorite cookie. a good old peanut butter cookie. If you actually have a good peanut butter cookie, I'll marry you.
Which helps keep the
Sorry, I
cookies
should not have said
soft
that out
rather
loud.
than dry or crumbly. They also act as a binder, holding all the ingredients together for a dough that's easy to roll and cut. Beyond that, eggs contribute to the structure and texture of the final cookie. They help create that slightly chewy bite that many sugar cookies are known for, and they even affect how your cookies bake, from how much they spread to how golden they turn out in the oven. When you remove the egg, you're not just removing moisture.
Aging at 18 months.
You're also losing some of that binding power, structure, and color. That's why finding the right substitute isn't just about swapping one ingredient, it's about figuring out how to replicate all of those functions in a different way.
True, this is like the science
I use
part.
My standard sugar cookie recipe for every single batch. Same flour, butter, sugar, baking time.
Wait, how do you put
Batch.
writing on it? Wait, that's
Same flour,
fire.
butter, sugar, baking time. The only thing I changed was the egg. I also made a version of the original recipe with.
Wait, this is an
I
actual
used a positive
professional.
Control to compare everything against.
Wait, you stamp it?
That way, we're not just seeing.
What do you mean you stamp it? Like you like literally like take a mold and just like. No, like like you have a molded stamp and then you. What? Wait, they must be like have an actual bakery. Wait, that's fire.
Perform in isolation. We're comparing them directly to the real deal. If you want the full recipe, I've linked it in the description. First up, I tested Mackenzie's egg replacer, a common go-to in Australia for vegan baking.
Mackenzie's egg replacer.
It's a blend of starches.
No wonder we didn't
designed to
recognize
mimic
it.
Eggs in texture and binding, but it doesn't add any flavor, color, or richness. To use it, you just mix 1 teaspoon of powder with 2 tablespoons of water to replace 1 egg. It's quick and convenient, especially if you keep a container in the pantry. It's often used in cakes and cookies where the egg isn't the star.
So, back when I worked corporate, I had a coworker. She was great. She was awesome. But one of the things was she would sometimes try to make vegan products. And one day, she made vegan cookies, and she came up to my desk and was like, "Hey, you want a cookie?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, "I want a fucking cookie. I'm in." She hands me the cookie. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm like, "Huh?" And as I'm biting down, she goes, "Oh yeah, like I made these. They're vegan cookies." And I went, "Oh, now it's too late. Like I've already bit down." And I was like, don't get me wrong, it was not as bad as I expected. But in the first couple seconds, I was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, oh, it's not that bad. And then there was like this aftertaste that just like slapped me like a fucking truck. And I just didn't have the heart to say anything. And so we're continuing the conversation. And I didn't want it to be suspicious that I just didn't want it. So I had to take another bite because it had been like a minute since I had taken the last bite. So I had to take a second one.
So I was curious to see how it would handle something as simple as a sugar cookie. Next, I tried Greek yogurt. It's a bit unconventional, but it works surprisingly well in baking thanks to its moisture and protein.
Oh, this is true.
Find ingredients and adds a bit of richness too. I replaced the egg 1-for-1 by weight with Chobani full-fat Greek yogurt.
Oh,
It's a great option if you've run out of
that's
eggs
true,
and some
actually.
yogurt in the fridge. It doesn't have the same elasticity as egg, so I was interested to see if it would hold the dough together or if it'd turn into a sticky mess.
I was just thinking to myself,
Cream
wait,
cheese isn't
that's
the
not
most common
vegan.
egg substitute, but it's
Oh, this really was cream cheese. Oh,
surprisingly effective in some recipes. It's high
oh,
in
someone said it was
fat,
cream cheese. I
just enough
didn't know they were
protein
talking
to
about
help
this
bind
one.
The ingredients.
Chat, I
And it
love
brings
cream
a rich,
cheese.
smooth texture to the dough. For this test,
Cream cheese is
I
fire.
used Philadelphia cream cheese and swapped it in at the same weight as a standard egg. No prep needed, just weigh it out and mix it straight in. Because of
You've
its
never had
thickness,
cream
it
cheese?
works
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to access whatever transportation you have. Go to the store and buy some cream cheese. You can buy a bagel to put it on, toast the bagel, grill the bagel, or, this is advanced. You get some crackers or some type of like hard chip and do that. I'll tell you the secret sauce. Strawberry cream cheese with some type of cracker / chip. Peak.
Best when softened slightly so it blends evenly. Apple
you gotta be careful with that though, because all of a sudden you've just deleted a thing of cream cheese and you're like, uh-oh.
It adds moisture and a bit of natural
Dark Page thing
sweetness,
at 10 months.
but it doesn't offer much in terms of structure or binding. I used Cole's applesauce and swapped it in by weight. Same grams as the egg. No extra prep needed, just scoop and stir it into the dough like you would any other wet ingredient. I'm especially curious to see how this one bakes. Will it hold together or crumble?
I feel like it won't.
And will the apple flavor come through, or will it disappear in the final cookie?
Smoked salmon cream cheese is
Next
dangerously
up,
good.
banana.
Isn't that called like lox, technically?
This is a common go-to in vegan baking, especially for muffins and cakes. But I was curious
Butterscotch
how it would perform
cookies?
in a sugar cookie.
Yeah, they're good. You know what I really do like? Butterscotch. You know, like you can go and get soft serve, you know? You get the soft serve ice cream, and then you can get it dipped in something. You can get like chocolate dip, strawberry dip, the butterscotch dip. It's fire.
Use the same method as the
That's
others,
the fire.
replacing the egg with the same weight of mashed banana. It adds moisture and natural sweetness, but it can also affect the color and flavor quite a bit. It's not a neutral ingredient, so I'm expecting a
Also, if you're on the TikTok side, you should come join us on the Twitch side / YouTube side so you can actually see the whole
softer
screen.
cookie, and definitely some fruity undertones.
Just a thought.
Still,
you don't have to if you don't
if
want.
it holds the dough together and gives a good texture, it could be a handy option if you're in a pinch. Aquafaba is the liquid from a can of chickpeas, and it's become a bit of a baking secret weapon, especially in vegan recipes. It mimics the protein
why does it
structure
bubble?
of egg whites and helps
Oh, I guess
bind
egg whites would
ingredients
bubble if you did
together.
that.
For this batch, I used 1.5 tablespoons of light.
You know what? I made a mistake at some point in my life of doing chickpea pasta. I was on a little health kick. And I realized in that moment that I would literally rather go the rest of my life without ever eating pasta again, even though I really love it, than ever force myself to eat chickpea pasta again. I would rather literally just say, fuck it, I'll never eat it again. Because that shit was dog shit. It was ruining my favorite thing. I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? This is hot garbage. Fuck that. Wizard, by the way, thank you for the 5. Appreciate you. Thank you. Working professional. Let me be your baking guru. I work in a professional bakery. I'm at work right now listening to. Love your videos. Hearts. Yo. Very, very kind for that. I might burn your bakery down though. Shoot. Thank you for the 11 months as well. Appreciate it.
Beaten aquafaba to replace the egg. It has a slightly starchy texture, so I'm expecting it to hold the dough well without adding much flavor. It's a bit unconventional, but I'm really interested to see how it works in something like sugar cookies. Next up is cornstarch slurry, a simple mix of cornstarch and water that's often used as a thickener in cooking. For this test, I used 1 tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with 2 tablespoons of water to replace the egg. I expected
Spaghetti squash is actually a really good pasta substitute. This is propaganda. All right, let me take it one step further. All right. So when I was on this little health kick forever ago, you know what I bought? Because I'm a fucking idiot. You know where I got this from. I went on the fucking rant earlier about the goddamn cottage cheese. The fucking noodles, they come in like a blue bag, and they're like, the whole bag is 10 calories. And you're like, wow, oh my God. Like, you can eat the whole bag and it's like nothing. And then you get them and they're literally rubber. Like, you pull them out of the bag and they're like dripping, soaking, oozing fucking gel. And you have to like rinse them. And even then they look like all rubbery and shit. When something is too good to be true, it's fucking too good to be true. All right. There is no amount of anything you can do to that shit. Yes, the wet pasta ones. You can add butter, you could add cheese, you could add sauce, you could add chicken, you could add fucking caviar. That shit would still be dog shit at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how much you can eat of it because you never want to eat again once you've put it in your mouth.
Fun to hold its shape quite well in the oven, since cornstarch can help firm up dough. But I was also curious to see if it would make the texture.
I haven't seen you in ages.
Hi. Given that we're adding more starch than usual. And finally, I made one batch without any egg or substitute at all, just to see how the dough holds up on its own.
I feel like it won't.
No binders, no moisture replacements, just the basic ingredients minus the egg.
Chat, if you're wondering where I'm grabbing videos from Hot Topics in my Discord.
A little drier and more
So if you have cool shit, throw it in there.
It's also a good baseline to compare the others against. If the dough completely falls apart, that tells us just how important egg really is in this recipe. Alright, time for the fun part. How did they actually turn out? I baked each batch using the exact same method and compared them all side by side. We'll go through each one. And
you can already kind of tell just from like the mixing, like some of them look like they'll be pretty good. Some of them just look horrible.
The original egg version. That original version is what I'd call the gold standard in my kitchen. It's soft but holds its shape, has just the right amount of chew, a pale golden color, and that classic buttery sugar cookie flavor.
This one down here looks like
Some
sand.
of these substitutes came surprisingly close, others not so much.
Wait, they have Wait, they have so many.
Let's start.
How do you have 3D printer? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Dude, they look so good though. Like they're like, okay, they look so professional. They're like perfectly cylinders. All have their names on it. Wait, that's kind of fire.
This one surprised.
Wait, this is actually so good for a video. Wait, this video I feel like should have a lot more views on it.
Really easy to use, and the dough felt just like the original.
The only thing maybe is like the mic's a little quiet.
Once baked, the cookies looked totally normal. Same soft texture, same color, and honestly, I couldn't taste a difference at all. The only thing I noticed? They spread more than most of the other batches, so if you're after sharper edges, you might want to chill the dough or tweak the ratio a little. I've also seen some...
Dude, I've learned so much in the last year. Like literally just something being cold versus not cold versus room temperature actually means so much.
A specific way for better results. So your experience might vary depending on the method.
Like when you start cooking with it.
Next up, Greek yogurt. This one worked way better than I expected.
Yeah, that one looks good.
The texture stayed soft. The cookies held their shape really well with hardly any spread, and they baked up to the usual color. I was kind of expecting a bit of tang in the flavor, but honestly I couldn't really taste it, so that was a nice surprise. And as for ease of use, just scoop, mix and go. Super simple.
Looks the same pretty much.
Onto the cream cheese.
That's gotta be fire, right?
Just a touch softer and maybe a bit fluffier than usual, but honestly, nothing too dramatic.
It's probably fire.
Together really nicely. There was minimal spread
Get
during
rocked in
baking,
2 months.
and the color came out pretty much spot on. Flavor-wise, it tasted just like a regular sugar cookie. No obvious cream cheese flavor coming through.
Huh. I can see that.
The only thing to keep in mind is to let it soften a little before mixing it in, but otherwise, it was super straightforward to use.
Wait, that one looks better.
Now for the applesauce batch.
Oh, I don't know about this one.
The texture felt pretty standard, no weird chewiness or dryness, which was a good sign. That said, it was definitely one of the batches that spread the most during baking, so keep that in mind if you're aiming for sharp edges. Color stayed nice and even, and while there might have been a faint apple note, it was really subtle. You could easily mask it with a little extra vanilla if you wanted. And as for sweetness,
actually doesn't look bad.
It didn't make the cookies any sweeter than usual. Super easy to use. Just scoop straight from the jar.
Why does this work?
Let's talk about the banana batch.
Oh.
Texture-wise, it held up really well. Maybe just a touch chewier than usual, but nothing off-putting. What really stood out was the
looks a little
spread
weird.
or lack of it. This one barely moved in the oven, making it the best performer in terms of holding its shape. The color was a little darker than usual, which is pretty typical for banana in baked goods.
Right.
As for the flavor,
I totally knew all that.
Banana.
I'm a very
Definitely
experienced
noticeable, so it's
banana
not the one to
cooking
use if
professional
you're aiming
here.
For a neutral tasting cookie. Super easy to use though, just mash and mix.
Huh.
Next up is aquafaba, the liquid from canned chickpeas.
Oh, this is gonna be
I
horrible.
was actually surprised by how well this one performed.
What?
The texture of the cookies was
Hey, the press looks like it got eaten.
basically identical to the original recipe, and it held its shape nicely in the oven with very minimal.
Okay, maybe she's just like a witch. Like how the fuck do all of them look normal?
Same, and the flavor didn't change at all.
There's no way.
As for ease of use, it was simple enough to measure and whisk up. The only catch? You'll need to find something to do with the rest of those chickpeas. Now for the
What?
cornstarch slurry. Honestly, this one surprised me. The texture was noticeably chalkier than the others. kind of brittle and a bit dry. Not
Okay.
awful, but definitely different. Oddly
So
enough,
one that's just
it
not
also
that.
had one of the
At least
biggest
one that's
spreads
not that
during
good.
baking, which I didn't expect from a thickener. The color looked normal, and the taste was fine, but you do have to get past that texture. On the plus side, it's super easy to use, and probably something most people already have in the pantry.
Yeah, that one's probably the first one that
Finally,
actually
the
looks
no
like
egg
different.
batch. Just the original recipe minus the egg with no substitute added. As expected, it turned out drier and crisper than the others, leaning more towards a shortbread texture. Not bad at all, just different. There
Oh,
was
the literal no egg version still looks
slight amount
fine.
of spread, nothing too dramatic, and the color and taste were pretty standard. It was also the easiest.
Wait, they're
version to
basically
make,
binder substitutes, so
obviously.
most can work. So what about the one that
If
has
you're
nothing?
after something more like a shortbread, or you just ran out of eggs and want a cookie fix, this one works surprisingly well.
Okay, she just
So
just
after
apparently
testing all
a
8
professional.
substitutes, I've got to say, Greek yogurt, aquafaba, and cream cheese were the standout performers.
Yeah, the cream cheese
They
one
kept
looks
the
really
texture
good.
Soft, had minimal spread, and didn't
Okay.
really mess with the taste or look of the cookies.
All right, that was a good video. That was actually a really, really good video. Although I don't actually understand how the no egg one looks just as normal as the rest of them, because you'd feel like that's like the one that shouldn't. But I guess if you're just the goat, you can just do whatever you want. But hey, good video. Okay, next. What is this?
I was
Okay, a little long. About this. A little longer than I'm looking for. Someone linked a random Luna Snow TikTok. Guys. I smoked steaks with 500 cigarettes to see how they taste. I ain't clicking on that. I'm sorry. Firebreak. Official launch trailer. 9 days ago? Wait, is this a game that's already out? Or is this just a launch trailer? Wait, what is this game? Is that gonna be DMCA? Ow!
It's been 6 years now since we've been locked in with the hiss.
Why does it sound like Malga?
Day job. If you can hold a gun and use a tool, Firebreak needs you.
I think 55 months.
I'll be
Shit.
frank with you. This ain't an easy shift, but at least you won't be alone. Your fellow Firebreakers.
It's out and it's horrible. Watch Charlie's video.
Fighting together, fixing together, and hell, even showering together. If you
What is this scene right here? This looks so lifeless. They don't even move a fucking inch.
If you can stand your ground and stick together, it'll be more than enough to survive.
Isn't that literally just the Juggernaut from Call of Duty? Backed up and it didn't actually back up. Isn't that literally just the Juggernaut from Call of Duty? Like to a fucking T? Like the whole way around?
Survive.
Corrupted item loose on site.
On my way.
How many crank weapons? What the fuck am I looking at?
So, that's the job. Sounds simple enough. Good.
So this game's like really, really bad. Wait, what's the? I'll be honest. I've already played 15 hours of Firebreak. It's okay, but needs more mission variety. Hit registration is a bit buggy. It is definitely a grind to get to the later, cooler, and better gear. But otherwise, the game has a lot of potential, but it's half-baked. It's their first multiplayer game, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Some rookie mistakes, but still kind of fun. Same dev team that made Alan Wake, Max Payne, and Control. It's not bad, it's just lacking content at the moment. So, sounds like it's not good then. No? Like, it has rookie mistakes, bad hit registration, it's buggy, the grind for the cool shit isn't fun, and it lacks content. Isn't that kind of like the worst combo you could ask for, you know? Am I crazy for that? What is your best advice to go from eternity to one above all? Give up. Don't do it. There's no point. Do not do it. Just, you're going to be in the same lobbies anyways. It literally doesn't matter. Just play the game. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. The lobbies are no different. Unless you play at a specific time frame at night where every pro player is warming up or is post scrims and is just on for 2 hours, every single game is going to be the exact same because you are playing in the top 1%. It literally doesn't matter. It is just a shiny indicator next to your name. It is not. It is more of a reflection of how often you play, not your actual skill. Okay, chat, I gotta pee really quick. I'm gonna turn alerts back on. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I gotta pee. I'll be back. And then after that, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But give me 2 minutes, okay? Be right back. Okay. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Cool. All right. Anything else in here that's interesting? Disappointing waste of $40. Is this the Charlie video? How long is it? 18 minutes. Not watching any Rivals videos or Overwatch videos. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's why I played Firebreak on Game Pass. It's not worth $40 ATM because of the fact that it's just mid. Super satisfying mission types and concept of fire and water elements, but their execution is a bit stiff with the animations. Performance is not great due to UE5 and it can easily get really repetitive. Potential but lacking severely. It will be a 2-week game for sure until it gets updates.
Maybe. Maybe 300 bits. Appreciate it. I don't know much about it. What is this? Can you tune a fish? Today is the day I break free from Pokemon Stadium. Is this guy about to try to tune a fish? Wait a minute, hang on. It's a pun. Oh my god, that's actually fire. Chalk thing with the Prime. Wait, Peyton, is it your birthday today?
For the last few months, I've had a pun stuck in my head, and it's one you've probably heard a million times.
Take my
you can
money
tune a
and keep
piano,
playing
but you can't tune a
variety.
fish.
Flats
I love
is
the show,
happier.
not just
Thanks,
because it's a
7 months,
god-tier
appreciate it.
pun, but because
Thank
if
you,
we
thank you,
remove the
cookie.
pun, swapping tuna out for tuna, instantly, images of fishermen, musicians that create fish xylophones, sing sushi sonatas.
Jack, can we get a Feels birthday, man, for Peyton? Happy birthday, Peyton. I know you hate it because you're old now, but welcome to the fucking club. Get over it. Now you're old, but I hope it's still a good day.
And even harmonize with halibut come to mind. But most of all, I wonder, why can't we tune a fish? It's not like there's a lot of research intending to look into disproving puns about the musical properties of fish, so if I wanted to answer this question, I was gonna have to investigate it myself.
This is going to be pun central.
For the most part, when we think of a tuning system, we think of the 12 notes of the chromatic scale, from A to G sharp. Commonly, this A here is defined as 440 Hz. Every note above this A is determined by multiplying each note by the 12th root of 12 over.
Wait, you're 29? Wait, that's not even old.
Over and over again. And every note below is determined by dividing by that same factor until you have a
I don't
full
know
set
any of
notes.
this. This
is called 12-tet, or 12-tone equal temperament.
Chat,
Yes,
type 1 if you
8-tet,
understand this, type 2 if you don't.
13-tet, any tet you could possibly want. And if you want to hear music that uses alternative tuning systems, I'd recommend Sevish as a great starting point for getting into microtonal music. I'm going to consider something in tune if the notes it produces during normal operation are a subset of those notes. Chromatic instruments like piano, guitar, or a violin
I have no input.
can play unbroken series of these notes without any jumps. But other instruments like diatonic harmonicas or kalimbas may
yes,
have
the
spaces between
diatonic
the notes to restrict you
harmonica.
to a particular key or
I
scale.
am very
Tuning
well
an
versed
instrument
in.
would then be to adjust the active mechanism of the instrument until it produces notes from 12-tone equal temperament. For stringed instruments, this is going to involve increasing or decreasing the tension of strings
yes,
until they match a
indubitably.
reference or until a tuner reports that it's in pitch. You could
Agreed.
not possibly put a fish under enough tension to produce an audible pitch without it absolutely just ripping apart. At most, you can make some wet slapping noises, which may function as useful percussion to somebody, but not us. So how do we get notes out of fish? The answer lies in its flesh. Flesh is full of water and ions normally used for muscle contraction, and this means you can attach a power supply and current will flow through it. If you then probe different points on the fish with a multimeter, you can measure different voltages. Small safety warning here, but I want to be very clear that the voltages I'm using in this video are very small, in the range of 3.3 to 5 volts DC. But if we take a step back and look at what we've created, we can see that this is basically just a flesh potentiometer. Instead of turning a dial to get a different voltage
A
at the
flesh potenti who?
output, we can adjust the position of a probe to get a different voltage. And if you connect a probe to a microcontroller with analog inputs, you'd be able to read those voltages and convert them into pitches and play them over a speaker. My first attempt at this concept worked like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna use this as an opportunity to tell you, fuck fish. That's
If
all.
the probe reads 0 volts, play the frequency of the lowest pitch we want to be able to play. I chose 440 Hz, which is A4. If the probe reads 5 volts, play the frequency of the highest pitch we want to play. I chose 880 Hz, which is A5. If the probe reads any other value between the two values, interpolate to determine the pitch that
fuck
should be
the
played.
fish.
Now this seems like it should work, but there's one big issue. It's basically impossible to get the probe near 0 volts or 5 volts unless you're literally touching the metal of the power supply leads. We'd expect to be reasonably close to 0 volts or 5 volts at each end, but it's actually closer to 2.2 volts and 4.7 volts. By attaching 2 more probes to the fish, we can set the lower and upper voltage limits for the interpolation equation, and these are voltages the probes can actually read. So with all that in mind, will this setup work with the—
I'll have you know, I went to a seafood restaurant semi-recently, and I got mac and cheese. Yep, I did. Yep. I got a charcuterie board and mac and cheese. Yep. You know what? And I'm fucking glad I did, because my drink had a bug in it. My drink had a fucking bug in it. All right? If my drink had a bug in it, imagine what the fish was like, right? Fuck that. I want no fish. Fuck your fish. Fish are just sea bugs. Real. And I don't eat bugs.
Real fish.
All right. Well, let's get started.
Fuck
I don't
fish.
Want to get my desk dirty, so that's why we're put.
The alcohol sterilizes the bug. His ass was running across the ice cubes. He was fucking running. That thing was immune.
Down.
This is you just tripling down on your toddler taste buds. I'll have you know my taste buds are, first off, fucking elite. Second off, have evolved beyond human comprehension.
Paper.
Third, they have evolved.
Excuse our main man.
But still.
So I did mention the 3 probes earlier. We got probe, we've got the low-end probe and the high-end probe, but we do actually need to add 2 more probes. We need to add 1 for ground.
What about sushi? Okay, I had my first sushi ever like 6 months ago. And it was actually not bad. I'll give you that. It was actually pretty good. Fish, thank you 4 months.
Power, so we can actually power.
Oh, thanks, Fish. Appreciate 4 months.
What I think makes sense here is that blue should be 5 volts and
we're not saying fuck you, by the way. We're never mind. What are we watching?
Like we're getting about 2.
How to play an instrument, play music on a fish.
1.17 volts down here.
As expected, the main issue is finding the pitches you want to actually play. Since I don't have perfect pitch, this process involves searching around the fish with the probe and marking the location of any pitches I was interested in keeping track of to play later. But after marking down a few notes, we can actually start to play music.
BDE? Wait a minute.
That ugly screeching.
This is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Analog inputs will sort of just
this is so fucking unhinged. I feel like I'm gonna go to prison for watching it.
You can add a filter capacitor across the analog input to help prevent this, but probably due to sleep deprivation, I neglected to add this. For the same reason, when I first built a prototype of this circuit, I had decided to test it out on
it's fucking mustard.
A line of mustard instead of fish for some reason. But I'm not satisfied with this. Trying to find each note is a pain in the ass, the screeching between each note is pretty unacceptable if this were ever to be played by a real musician, and also we're entirely restricted to playing a—
This is the first time in my entire life that I have ever will mutter these words, but maybe the vegans had a point.
Single note at a time instead of being able to do cool things like chords. When I first had the idea for this project, I was imagining something way more akin to a piano, and pressing each key would trigger the Arduino to play the pitch associated with the probe for that note. If we want to make
maybe
that work,
PETA needs to show up.
The Arduino we're using doesn't have enough analog inputs to read from this many probes, so we're going to incorporate an analog multiplexer into our design. When you apply voltages to these pins, one of the many channels become available on the signal pin. If you quickly cycle through all the channels, it's as if you have 16 extra analog inputs, but we'll only need 12, 1 for each key. But wait, wouldn't we need 14 probes now if it's 12 keys plus calibration probes? And you're right, except that I decided to make some changes to the way the software worked. The software will calculate the pitches assigned to each probe the same way as before, except that we're going to make the first probe always play a perfect C, and the last note will always play perfect B. But the voltage read on each of these notes will also determine how the voltages on the other probes are interpolated. With the probe inputs out of the way, let's talk about the actual note input mechanism, the keyboard. I won't lie, I had already started designing and building a custom keyboard for this purpose, with mechanical switches arranged like a piano, a built-in LCD, and a speaker.
A custom keyboard to play
and CAD software, issues with
on
my laser
your
cutter, and dreading the amount of
fish?
soldering I need to wire up all the buttons and all the probes, we're going to try something a bit more convenient, if not a little bit jankier. A PS2 keyboard. No, not that kind of PS2, this kind of PS2. The PS2 keyboard protocol is extremely simple compared to USB, only requiring 2 digital pins on the Arduino, so we don't need any special shields, and there's already a library out there that handles all the communication to get scan codes.
Dude, I got left behind like 5 minutes ago in this video.
The keyboard. However,
I've got nothing.
Be satisfied
I'm just here for the for a good time now.
This keyboard to look a bit more like a piano. Much better. I won't say it's the prettiest, but at least we can see exactly where notes are now. Now in my head, this all seemed like it was pretty straightforward. Read the key presses from the keyboard, map them to pitches based on the probes, play those over the speaker, and bam, fish piano. But here's the laundry list of issues that I ran into getting this setup to work. Number 1, the library I'm using to handle PS2 keyboard inputs has a pinout reference for building your own breakout board, so I went ahead and created my own on a piece of proto board. Unfortunately, after plugging in the keyboard, none of the lights turned on, and no keystrokes registered with the Arduino. Turns out the author of the reference had flipped all the pinouts, so the real version is actually this. In a fit of rage, I cut the end off the cable and manually wired it up. Next is a bug I don't understand at all. If I powered on the keyboard from an external power supply, mashing a button for a few seconds would randomly start.
Never in my life could I have expected
fix for this was
that
just power
the
the keyboard directly from
playing
the Arduino.
music
I'm
on
not
a
100%
fish
sure what was causing
video
this.
would end up this complex.
Even with that fixed, the library I'm using is doing something weird, or my code is doing something weird, because sometimes it seems like the keys stick and won't
You think
turn
the
off again
fish is
until
talking
find
to you
key
from
and
the
push it again.
beyond the grave?
The audio would also cut out randomly and glitch out when I held down keys, which sounds really terrible. To solve this issue, and hopefully also the issue with sticking keys, I decided to add another Arduino to the mix, which will be entirely responsible
The fish
for
is
handling
trying to
pitch synthesis
communicate.
on 4 different channels, called voices. The main Arduino will just send commands to the second Arduino. The first command starts synthesis for a certain frequency on a voice, and the second command stops synthesis for a voice. This did make playback way smoother, but it didn't fix the key sticking issue at all. If all those reasons weren't enough to justify abandoning the PS2 keyboard, there's something that absolutely pile drives the usefulness of this keyboard straight to the depths of Tartarus: key jamming. Now my low-end knockoff mechanical keyboard is able to register several keys all pressed at the same time. I can even mash down the entire keyboard without losing a single key press. But when I press these keys, this key won't register at all. So with all these problems, I think we need to yeet the PS2 keyboard and move on to something a little less fun, but much more reasonable: an actual MIDI keyboard. And this should solve a lot of the issues we're having. I made sure to choose an Arduino that had the ability to act as a MIDI device over USB, so that with the keyboard connected to my PC, I can open my DAW of choice, add a hardware instrument, and set up the Arduino Micro as an output. When you press keys on the keyboard, MIDI messages are sent from the keyboard to the PC, Big Studio sends them to the Arduino Micro, and when the Arduino receives a node on event, it grabs.
Not to brag, but my OBS updated for the first time in a year yesterday, and I lost my ability to stream on TikTok for a day, and it took me an hour, but I figured out how to fix it. You know, not to flex my technical knowledge.
Reading from the probe associated with that note, and sends a command to the second Arduino to start playing that note. Now obviously, a full piano has more than 12 notes, so to fill out the other octaves, I'm just multiplying or dividing the values of the notes in the octave by powers of 2. That seems to have solved all the issues I encountered during the build, but we won't really know until we give it some real tests. First up is a cucumber, which has the main benefit of not stinking up my room and also doesn't require.
I kind of want to skip forward and watch the actual part, but I know so many of you fucking nerds probably love this too. Oh my god.
The bottom half sounds
it's actually
about right, but the upper part
is that a cucumber?
Funky. Also, some of the keys that should actually be ascending.
How do we just go? We've got mustard piano, cucumber piano, a fish.
But let's not spend too much time on a cucumber. Let's see how this goes. And I should quickly mention I'm actually doing the tuning here. Most of the process is simply finding a probe that's a little too far from the correct pitch, and then moving it around until I find a location for it that has the correct pitch. It's pretty tedious, but funnily enough, it's actually probably faster to tune these probes than a normal guitar, and definitely a piano. After spending a couple minutes tuning
a fish is faster than tuning an actual guitar is probably the most unhinged thing I've heard all day.
Last and not least, the rainbow trout. It's been about a week since I last tested with it, and I didn't want it to go horribly bad, so I froze it. Thankfully, we can give it a few minutes in a pot of hot water to get it back into a tunable state. So let's play some actual music.
I don't have
music on this fish.
This is the most unhinged shit I've ever seen.
So that's probably going to be wrong, but let's at least listen to what it sounds like.
Yo, honestly, where's PETA? I feel like they actually have a
I don't
point
have the
here.
motor skill to play any pieces on the piano itself, but designed this circuit with that in mind. Instead of sending messages that come from the keyboard, we can just load up any MIDI songs and send them to the Arduino Micro.
Am I gonna get DMCA'd for music being played on a fucking fish? Like, there's no shot, right? It sounds like a horror movie. It looks like a horror movie! I'm kind of curious. Do you think they can make it redo the Pokemon Lavender Town theme from the original Pokemon games? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it would work.
Let's wrap things up there. So, what are the main takeaways here? 1. Now you know that flesh is conductive. Do with that knowledge what you will. And 2. Tuning a fish is definitely possible, but it comes with a lot of drawbacks.
I could have went my whole
Every
life
fish
without
has a
knowing
different
that,
composition
but I'm glad I
that's
know
gonna
that
affect probe
now.
placement. And over time, as the fish warms up and dries out, the notes will gradually shift in pitch. Do I
What?
recommend you try this? Probably not, but I'm really happy I got around to making this video.
So, you know
I've
what?
been wanting to make this since the beginning of my YouTube channel, and after I had to delay the project I was initially planning to turn into a video this month, I'm glad I had a backup project that let me explore more circuit building techniques. But with that said, if you want to see more content, have you ever found...
Oh, I didn't mean to click on I was
For
trying
the
to
last
pause.
few months, I've had...
That is probably the most unhinged video I've ever seen, or we've ever literally watched. But I'm glad I watched it. I learned a lot. I think. What is this? It was, can you tune a fish? Okay. All right, let me look. That was something. What is this? Fake Redemption of Cyberpunk. Oh my god, this is 40 minutes long. You guys are sending me documentaries today. Oh, I forgot about this one. Alright, maybe I make this one last video. I forgot I saved this earlier. I never even watched it. Okay. Damn sad vid time. Yeah, that's why I saved this one for last. Because the last time I watched a potential depression simulator video, the whole stream kind of fell apart after. So I wanted to save the depression simulator one for potentially the end. But yeah, this is living on a minimum wage, honest response. So I'm guessing this is federal US minimum wage, just to set the tone.
Stefan shows. So somebody sent me this video and told me that I should watch it and react to it here in the channel. So what I did, I previewed the first few minutes of it, and immediately I realized this is a really important video to watch, to discuss, and talk about, because it's about living on minimum wage, or the unlivable wage, as this title suggests. So
Wait, should we watch the original then? Wait a minute. Yeah, let's watch the actual one. I don't want to watch the react to a react. Let's watch the actual one, right? From 5 years ago. Chat, type 1 if you want to watch the react to a react. Type 2 if you want to watch the original. I don't remember which one was which. Which one was which? Two is the original? Okay, I saw way more twos. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this whole thing. Oh god. This is much longer than I expect. Right, let's watch the first few minutes, see how it goes.
Manufacturing made America's middle class before the bottom fell out.
In 60 years, we went from about 100,000 factory workers to probably about 7,000.
100,000 to 7,000?
Now, in many towns and cities, food service is becoming a major economic engine.
I get the feeling this is a place where you see lots of regulars.
Yes, it is.
But one that thrives on low pay and few benefits.
It's literally a slave wage.
You're a two-income household, and yet you're having to rely on a food bank.
Yeah. Barely anybody's making enough to live.
Oh, this one's gonna be so sad.
14% of the people, of the residents of Howard County, deal with food insecurity.
Clearly there's a lot of need, leaving much of its vast and growing workforce struggling to put food on the table.
I don't remember growing up like this. My mom didn't have to go to food banks. My mom didn't have to, you know what I mean?
How do you survive?
I don't know how.
This might be Depression Simulator. Alright, I've changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. That's gonna be actual Depression Simulator. It's probably a really good video to watch. If you want to watch it, I think you should just watch it on your own, though. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in here. Yeah, the first one, I felt like was enough Depression Simulator that'd be okay. That one was tough. That one was gonna hurt. Let me see. Is there anything else in here? Any other good vids, potentially? What was this one? Retention span is ruining gaming. Honestly, I'm kind of in. Your attention span is ruining gaming. You know what? Honestly,
year of college.
I was going to say attention spans is a very interesting thing to think about because, like, TikTokification of everything is pretty real. And, you know, whenever you come across, like, a TikTok creator who, like, has, like, kind of longer videos, but they're good videos, you always see people commenting, like, yo, this, like, you're single-handedly fixing my attention span. And I think about that sometimes, you know? It's like, man, I mean, it even happens to me these days, you know? I feel like over time, my attention span's gotten so much worse. Anyways, all right, let's go.
Another year of college is over, guys, so I came home jolly as can be. I waddled over to my bedroom.
Steam Deck Pog.
That I'd been waiting forever to play, and I...
Animal Well?
Was bored. Within the first 5 minutes. But this isn't a boring game at all. It's a beloved game. I'm constantly hearing about how fun it is and how beautiful it is. So I can say with full confidence that this is a me problem. This is literally an attention span skill issue. Because well-designed games are not built to cater to a short attention span. They aren't built for constant novelty, they're built to reward curiosity and patience and perseverance. Of course, there still needs to be a reward, and we need to feel incentivized to keep playing, but in a way that complements our psychology, not manipulate it. See, a well-designed game is able to build just enough resistance and slow things down enough to keep you curious, but not so much so to where even someone with a healthy attention span would get bored. I'm
trying to think games that this would definitely apply to. Cult of the Lamb, maybe? BG3, maybe? Subnautica? I don't know if Subnautica. Would Subnautica be on that one? Maybe. Yo, dude, give me anything in 6 months. RPG games, yeah. Really grindy games. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley might be in there. Elden Ring? I don't know about. I don't think Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring's too fast paced. I mean, I guess maybe it's not as like accessible, but I feel like it's super fast paced, so it's like, you know. Any dungeon crawler? Yeah, I can see a lot of dungeon crawlers.
Think of it as like a friction zone, and removing that friction zone is the objective of literally every other type of media in our lives right now. We're talking streaming platforms, social media, because the job is simple. Keep you watching. That means friction is the enemy, because it's a risk. It's something that gives you a reason to potentially stop staring at your screen like a monkey. So instead, we're given an infinite scroll. Bright colors, loud hooks. The algorithm rewards things that can entertain you for as long as possible. But games don't care. It's considered good game design when a game doesn't dump you with all the player's abilities at the start. Delayed gratification, right? You have to go and explore, you have to unlock things over time. The same goes for well-designed and well-paced tutorials. Good tutorials don't throw everything immediately in your hands. They slowly and intentionally show instead of tell so that you can go experiment and oftentimes
Stanley
observe and
Parable.
mirror
Oh my
something in your
god.
environment. You could also look at the design that goes into level design, or more broadly,
I haven't played
level
Hollow Knight,
progression.
actually.
The first world in any Super Mario game is usually pretty easy, but the further you go, the harder it gets and the more rewarding the challenge becomes and the more fun it feels. After a certain point, you're given twists on old mechanics, and you have to combine things in ways that you haven't before. That kind of design requires pacing, and pacing respects the player's ability to learn and grow. It doesn't demand your attention, because it can't. That would make it an objectively bad game.
So as she's been talking, I'm trying to think what games do that. Like what games are fighting for your attention? They just hand you everything right off the spot. Like there is no reward grind. Like you just get everything at the beginning. Would you say like a lot of like the free-to-play FPS games are like
any
that?
Design metric. That's what I'm saying makes games so powerful as a medium in today's day and age where attention is everything. That's why I think games are a practice of attention and why they can actually improve your attention span. Because after 20 minutes of playing Animal Well, I wasn't still playing because my attention was being constantly fought for, but because the experience was genuinely immersive and thought-provoking and brave enough to slow down. Because the modern internet wants you distracted, and tracked, and monetized. Which is why I'd like to introduce you to my friend here, NordVPN, today's sponsor. Isn't she beautiful?
That
She's
is a
actually my-
fire
that's
transition.
risk-free with Nord. That is
Okay.
nordvpn.com.
Good ad, good ad.
/dev. So
W
NordVPN
ad.
will help you stay sane online, and so will puzzle games, which I really want to talk about in regards to attention span. Puzzle games are probably one of the most engaging ways to retrain your brain, because they require active, conscious thought and stillness. You gotta be able to sit and think, because you're thinking critically, you're experimenting, maybe-
Yeah, what game is this? What game is this? I feel like I know, but I can't remember. Talos Principle? Okay, never mind. I lied.
Experimenting, maybe working with other people. And when you solve whatever level or puzzle you're working on, you feel proud at your own focus and effort. You practiced a skill and you saw the fruit of it. You're not rewarded for consuming, but for thinking, for using.
Can you put a clip of
noggin,
Subway
no matter
Surfers
how
under the
small it
cam?
is.
I can't
that
focus.
Wouldn't work.
That's tough.
If you got instant answers. Literally, puzzle games that
I
are
used to
too
have it.
easy are not fun for anyone. Except for maybe me, because they make me feel smart. Some of my favorite memories involve playing through co-op puzzle games with friends during COVID. We're talking Portal, Pico Park, We Were Here, Escape Simulator, heck, even chess, which I am abominably bad at, but I was initially very bored whenever I'd play it. And not bored in a, oh, chess just isn't really my type of thing way, but in a, oh my goodness, I'm playing this and I can feel my brain physically reaching for stimulation, even though I'm objectively enjoying what I'm doing type of way. So at one point...
That's so real. Dude, remember when I used to do a lot of spectating bronze and you'd see the people that are walking out of spawn, like, they would clearly weren't moving their mouse, though? And I used to be like, yo, get off your phone. You know how people who do that, though? Like, actually, like, they're on their phone mid-game or whatever.
What I
It's
did was
actually
I
crazy.
moved the location of the Instagram app on my phone and replaced it with the chess app.
I did this. I did this with all my apps that are like quote work related. For example, Instagram, not YouTube. My YouTube studio's in there. PayPal. Actually, I had Twitter in there, but then I just threw Twitter to the back of my phone to be like, stop looking at that shit. What else is in there? TikTok, Reddit, Threads. I guess I don't even know why that's in there. And then like some like authenticator and like other stuff. But basically, and Twitch. Anything that like had anything to do with like work stuff, I always threw it in there, and then I titled it "Do Not Open, Only for Work." No, actually, what did I? That's too long. What did I title it? Hang on, I titled it something else. I said "Open only for work." But yeah,
So
it was trying
that
to
way, anytime I went on my phone and I was
only
in
open if I
brain
needed
rot
to, you know?
autopilot monkey mode, I would accidentally open the chess app instead of going to Instagram Reels. And whenever that would happen,
Yeah, Blue Sky is somewhere in the back of my phone. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of gave up on the folder, but I still have the folder. But
I would start a game. So over time, I ended up cutting down on the amount of time I spent on short form media. And I actually
you can actually literally set limits on those, by the way. Like you can go into Instagram and set like a daily timer for yourself of like 15 minutes, or TikTok of like 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, it'll be like, hey, you've reached your daily timer. And then there's two options where it's like close out of the app, or like you just ignore it.
really enjoy chess now, and I could literally feel the muscles of thought forming as I did this and slowly started realizing my own patterns. I still suck, and I'm still humbled every time I play against AI Mr. Beast. Or XQC, God bless. But it's cool, and it goes to kind of show that you do sometimes have to take the active initiative in retraining your brain sometimes. And that's why
Wait, isn't 1200 kind of low?
it kind of takes effort,
Rating-wise?
sadly enough, for me, and maybe for you too, to play a new game for more than 5 minutes. Because subconsciously, it's a risk. We don't know if we're gonna get the same amount of dopamine from this new uncharted territory of a video game than we do from social media. All you know is that in this immediate second, when you pick—
Oh, is that the AI matches you? Oh, I wasn't trying to say she's bad at it. I was trying to say like it is like the XQC bot 1200, because like it's like a slight at him saying like he's not good at it or whatever. Like I thought the game was throwing shade. That's why I was like, wait, what?
You don't feel that. So give up. But if you can troop it out and you can retrain your silly monkey brain, then you will get some of the most rewarding and fulfilling experiences possible. That's the case for most games, puzzle games, like I said, and also narrative games.
1200 is low for people who play a lot compared to the average person. It's good.
Just
Okay,
instead
okay.
of trying to get portals in the right spot or fumbling around getting blocks in the right place, you're piecing together a story, and that requires active
Life is
attention.
strange.
You
I haven't
have to
seen
read,
that in a long
you
time.
have to remember. The bar's on the floor if it's not clear enough, but you have to care and you have to pay attention to the subtle details. And then behold, you get some of the most emotionally rich and nuanced experiences that gaming can offer. Think about Disco Elysium, which, for the record, I still have
Never
not
played.
played, please don't kill me, but I do know a good bit about it. There's no combat in this game, exactly. There's no flashy sequences of fighting or action, but it's a lot of well put together and creative dialogue. Dialogue that branches in wildly different directions depending on what you remember and what you actively choose to store in your brain. It's not something that you can just mindlessly scroll through or like half pay attention to. And the more you invest your attention, the more it gives back to you and the more fulfilling the experience is. That's really what this all so far boils down to. Focus. Games demand focus in a way that is so beautifully different from everything else in our lives. Because you're not just watching something happen, you're actively responding to an environment, you're interacting with a system, you're learning from your mistakes. You're immersing yourself in a world that you chose to put yourself in. You didn't just happen to passively scroll upon it. You're anticipating, you're growing, you're learning.
So I'm still thinking to myself, like, what games don't do that then, right? Like, it's gotta be like the fast-paced FPS games, right? Like they're just there to give you constant dopamine, constant adrenaline rush of playing against other players, constant battle pass in your face, right? Assassin's Creed? I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game in years, if I'm completely honest with you. So I have no idea how much it's changed. COD, yeah, COD maybe. Cyberpunk? You know, actually, I could see that a little bit because it's just like a story that progresses the whole way through. Maybe.
You are holding the steering wheel.
Rivals would be on that list, yeah.
The game ends. And that's important. That's big. Generally, good narrative games or puzzle games or anything, they reach a concrete ending because their goal is not to keep you there playing for as long as possible. They give you an emotionally resonant moment, they give you something to think about that probably changes the way you see something in the world, and they let you appreciate that and they send you on your way. It's so easy with everything else to just, like, check out. It's so easy to scroll endlessly through social media, genuinely forever. It's so easy to keep swiping and somehow watch the entirety of Game of Thrones on YouTube Shorts.
True.
But games don't let you do that. They might pull you in with, you know, some pretty graphics, something engaging, some attention grabbing, but the rest depends on your conscious active presence. Look at older games where the whole game is active gameplay and you have to be focused the whole time to win. How something like Celeste builds up your tolerance.
Well, the other thing too is like when you're scrolling like TikTok or whatever it is, like you can just constantly get new stuff all the time. So it's like, you know, if you're on one topic for an hour, you're only on that topic or that game for an hour. Meanwhile, like the TikTok thing is just going to give you whatever. Like you get random drama over here, random news over here, random promotion for something over here, right? So it's like, I think that's how it keeps your attention much more.
Animal Crossing teaches you how to show up consistently, how to slow down and notice small things. Games create space where attention feels natural again for so many people. They hand you systems and feedback loops and beautiful moments that you want to engage with, and in doing that, they have the ability to retrain your attention span. It still takes me a little longer than I'd care to admit to not become immediately bored 3 minutes into playing a new game, but I've started to see that feeling as a symptom rather than me or the game failing. It's me slowly detaching from the constant drip of stimulation.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started playing Terraria the other day, the first hour, I actually got bored pretty quickly. I started feeling like I wasn't gonna play that game again. But after giving it some time and actually like going through all of the things, I started figuring out, yo, brother, why the fuck are you spamming? Yo, stop fucking one-man spamming in my chat. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, like I had to power through it. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, how about fuck you? Yeah, that wasn't even me. Well, my mods got you. I get fucked. You've been one-man spamming, complaining for the last 10 fucking minutes. Shut the fuck up. You are not that important. If you don't like it, brother, go bitch somewhere else. That's just fucking annoying. Fuck off. Brother, my guy is fucking complaining about ads in the year of 2025. It's the year 2020 motherfucking 5. And this guy's complaining about ads. Holy fucking shit. Anyways, sorry.
I don't think everyone sees video games this way, which is sad, but I get it. I have scrolled TikTok. I have seen those mobile game ads. I have seen
and they're not even real.
Who are hired to promote these games fighting for their life to make it sound even remotely interesting.
All right, I'm multiplying, which is great because I need to kill all these little red men and there's more of me to do it.
Am I crazy? Isn't that the guy from... Oh my god. It's like a TV show. It's like Homelander. It's the guy from Homelander, isn't it?
Scoring points. Now there's a lot more.
Isn't that like a really hit show? Like you're probably making like close to $1 million. Maybe not $1 million an episode, but maybe like hundreds of thousands of an episode.
More of me,
there ain't no way the mobile game ad's worth it, right?
It's great.
Frankly, I never knew it was possible to reskin the exact same endless run.
I mean, unless like it's like 2 minutes of work and they were like, fuck it, here's like $100 grand, I guess. But like even then,
different ways, it's amazing because these mobile games
probably
abandon
more than that,
objectively
actually.
Good and well-respected design practices in favor of catering to an attention span, which games are not meant to cater towards. What you get is not a game. It's a product. At this point, your audience isn't even gamers because what you're making isn't optimized for depth, but for attention. And the metric for good games is
I feel like most of these games are just straight up to like farm you for
There's
download.
a
Like they're not even real.
These mobile games don't care if you enjoy your experience, really. They care that you opened the app, you watched an ad, maybe spent $5 and came back for your daily reward. And unfortunately, the bad eggs here really do infect society's whole notion of what gaming is. The most loud, the most...
Okay, maybe a hot take. Listen, all right, I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm really not, all right? Like, I used to play Candy Crush when on my iPod Touch when I was a kid / teenager. I think mobile gaming isn't real gaming. It's not real gaming. It's not. I know it's a gigantic motherfucking industry that prints money, but I feel like it's not real. I think it's bullshit. It's like actual trash slop gaming. Like, very rarely is an actual mobile game worth playing. Other than the fact that you are stuck on your mobile device that is in your pocket and you will always have it on the go, and it's more socially acceptable to sit on your phone in the doctor's office than it is to hold your Switch at like 30. You know, and it's also easier to keep in your pocket, you know? Pokemon Go was peak, and I agree, Pokemon Go was peak. I loved Pokemon Go. I played Pokemon Go last year a ton, like religiously. I actually played a fuck ton. That's still not gaming. I'm not even trying to gatekeep. It just ain't gaming. It's not. It's just attention. It's just what's the word? It's a time killer. That's it. It's a time killer.
Visible and advertised examples of mobile games, which is also the biggest market for gaming globally, by the way, are these products. Not even games, they're products. It's sad, but it's completely logical why so many people have a misunderstanding of what gaming is and what it's becoming. The entire term...
And a lot of the mobile games, like, they have that game that they end up making, like, as a mini game within the game. And so, like, there's, like, super popular ones where it's like, oh my god... You know, like the run where it's like you're trying to like run down and like get a bunch of points and upgrade by shooting the barrels and getting new guns and you know what I mean? Hitting the multipliers. That's like a small mini game within like an RPG or like an RTS game, mobile game. And most people who download it, 90% of people who download it for thinking it's going to be the ad that they saw, and then they don't. It's not, and then they uninstall. The other 10% try to find it, and then like 5% of the, or 5% total stay. The other 5% probably leave, and those 5% who actually keep playing, maybe like 1% of that spends money, and that's how they farm. But like they have such a wide pool of people that they pull in that they farm so much money that it's worth spending and it's worth doing those like shitty ads because they make tons of money in the long run.
Gaming has been completely
you saw when we watched that video before.
Mobile games. It used to mean, oh, portable gaming.
I feel like things like ZZZ are exceptions. I think things like ZZZ or Genshin or stuff like that are not strict mobile games, though. Like, I guess, they are mobile games, I guess. I don't know much about the mobile side of it, but they are not strictly mobile games. Like, you don't just play them only on your phone, right?
Really cool. Look at how we can condense the artistry and entertainment of games in such an accessible format. But now we get this, whatever this is. But anyway, I'm not just worried because I think these games are infecting the societal view of gaming, but because I think they're setting a very dangerous trend for gaming. Right now, games are so great because they're not trying to satisfy your goldfish attention span. That's been like the whole point of the video, right? They're built in so many ways that do not cater to that.
I have a goldfish attention span at this point.
If they start to. My fear is that they'll start to design for the distracted player.
I think it'll be fine. I think indie games are probably going to pop off in like the next year.
Like auto combat systems in RPGs, for example. Instead of playing through a fight, you can click a button and then the system will do it for you.
Oh yeah, the auto combat games though.
So it kind of becomes a battle of stats and numbers rather than interaction and player choice. Systems like that aren't inherently bad, and I can't say that I know a ton about them, but they do ultimately distance games from what they are and what makes them unique as a medium. Which is
indie games are already popping off. I mean, even more than currently.
So it is kind of sad to see this, but I don't think we're screwed by any means. I've been a little bit pessimistic, but I don't think that the future of gaming is just gonna crash and burn. We still have a plethora of amazing soul-filled games out there and more that are being developed every day that are gonna keep our monkey brains chugging along for at least a little bit longer. And your girl will finish Animal well, okay? Mark my words. That's all
Maybe.
that I have to talk about today. It's a bit more serious, and I kind of locked in a little more than I usually do on these videos. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe.
That was a good video, though.
And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
That was a really good video. It was nice and short. You know what the best part? It was short and sweet, so my attention span was held the entire time. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't think anything bad. I think like indie games will probably start going crazy. I mean, honestly, you know what it is? You want to know why a lot of AAA studios are falling behind indie games? Is because they've gotten too big. Okay. Indie games can make very quick decisions and they have passion, right? So like they're more likely to be rewarded for their hard work than someone working at a AAA company. So they might be even more motivated to push even harder. The AAA company is typically fighting for profits and fighting for shareholders, right? So the passion is going to be less, and the monetization is going to be maxed. But that's not all. There's also the fact that if you've ever worked corporate in your life, the bigger the company, the harder it is to get anything done. And actually, if you're an employee, the easier it is to get by doing absolutely fuck all, right? And so basically, if you want to get, let's say, the smallest change, right? Like, let's say Marvel, I guess Rival's a bad example because it's a Chinese company. Let's say Overwatch, right? Let's say Overwatch wants to make a change, right? And I don't think Microsoft's really that involved, but like, let's say Microsoft was like heavily involved these days, right? You'd have to like work your way up the chain as a developer and be like, hello, we want to add this new piece of content. And like, they have to like go to the next person, go to their boss, and their boss has to go to their boss's boss. And then they go to a meeting and they go to talk about in the meeting, and they go agree in the meeting. They're like, oh, this is good. And then that person who's the head of the meeting emails, the regional rep. Oh, yes, like we think that this could be a good change. And they're like, we'll have to see if it's in the budget. And then they go to the budget guy, and the budget guy's like, yep, it's in the budget. So then they go like, and it takes fucking forever because everyone's on these just in a bajillion email chains, and it takes forever, and you're already not as motivated. You don't have the passion. And as somebody who does stream stuff, right? If I am not able to act on my passions when I want to do them, I'm just like checked out. You know what I mean? And so I understand how people who work those jobs and work in those positions can get checked out super, super quick. And so you combine the studios want a lot of money quickly, right? They want to maximize profits. Passion is going to be lower than in a studio where you get to actually be rewarded for your work. And the speed at which they are done, right? Like the speed at which you can actually make changes is so much slower and takes forever, and it's just a big, slow moving giant. You kind of fall behind because today's social media, today's gaming, today's like internet you have to be on the fly. You have to be so fast. Like it's actually insane how fast you have to be, because if you're not quick, you fall behind everyone else. That's just how it is. It is. Okay, cool. Anything cool in these hot topics? Evil playthroughs are boring. That looks actually pretty decent, but I don't think we're gonna do those today. All right. Let's see. I might make that the end right there. Just do a short stream for today. I might just do that. End it there for the day. W retirement speech on Twitter. Jesus fucking Christ. Everyone and their mom keeps saying like, oh my God. My mistake for even saying anything back to it. Fucking hell. Are you playing Ralph's tomorrow? We're probably going to watch the tournament tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. My attention span. 9. Yeah. I didn't plan on going super long today. Extra long tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow will probably be super long because I think the actually I gotta but yeah, we'll probably just, if there's big droppies, we'll probably just farm big droppies the whole day and watch some esports, and then Emong has a sponsor tomorrow to watch some esports stuff. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right. Cool. Appreciate you guys for hanging. Thanks for spending your time. Hope you guys enjoyed being here because I enjoyed having you. That being said, I will see you tomorrow. YouTube, you're going to go down first. Appreciate you. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.